Brad, how are you? Welcome, bienvenue. It's Secret of Evermore.
All right, hello, Liam. So last time we got lost in this big old forest.
Mm-hmm. It was
I looked
annoying.
up a thing about how to get through it. People had made maps. The thing is, like, people making maps, they make a map for how to get through the forest, like how to get to any of the rooms, but it doesn't match all the things you can do. Like if you take a path that's not on the map, and there are some, they might come back to places that you weren't. Like the the map doesn't fit on a grid and not everything connects the way it should.
Yeah,
And sometimes you go back, like if you go back the way you came, you might not end up where you started, like that
sh-
kind of thing. There's some
sure.
weird things going on in this forest. Uh, so something I learned from a guide, and I think this is enough to get us through it,
Okay, I'm
is
happy with
that
that.
so there's these like black owl creatures.
Yeah,
See one
these
up
guys.
there,
Yeah.
up in the tree? If we see one of those, we're on the right path.
Okay.
That's basically it. Hi there, Jordy. How's it going on?
Hey, grocer.
Grocer Goodwill.
Welcome,
Hope
bienvenue.
everyone's well.
Uh, it is long weekend. Yeah, it is long weekend. I had
I
today
wonder what
off
kind
as
of
well.
spider this is.
C'est bon, magnifique. Très bien.
It's a wood mite. That makes sense. Except it's
Wood
very
might what?
large.
Wood might what?
Wood mite if it could.
Heroes of wood, might, and magic.
Okay, so this room also has one of those thingies on it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think a friend
Yeah.
might have told me this tip when I played this game the first time. I seem to recall finding out about these owls. Like after I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I seem to remember following them." But we'll see. So I don't know. I think maybe left, or we can fight this dragon.
Yeah, who knows? Bob's your uncle, right? Uncle Bob, God bless him. Robert. I like how
Uh,
I like how the axe makes a charge up sound.
None of my uncles are named Bob.
Same here. I'm impoverished culturally in that sense. Mmm, beer. Yeah, I've got a pretty juicy run of holidays going up. I got today
Oh yeah.
off as well as tomorrow, and then next week I also have Thursday and Friday off and Monday. So I'm sitting pretty. It's the most days off I had. I figured out in over a decade. I used to earn my living as a professional musician, and you don't get holidays. In fact, you have to work on holidays. That's when people want music.
Ah,
Why do I have tomorrow off? Just because
head tools. Okay,
what's my
that's one of these
workplace
guys
has
here.
just decided. They're just like, yo, don't work. I was like, gotcha. Way ahead of you. How have you been, Brad? How was your week?
There's another one. I've been doing fine. I'm mostly working on like an Apple II,
Yeah, I saw that.
programming on the Apple II.
You were fiddling with a monitor, right?
I got sound working. Um, oh yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to get monochrome output, and I built a device that would let me turn it on. Hey, here's another one of those like black owl creatures.
Yeah, I'm seeing him.
Oh, hmm?
I'm seeing him right here.
Up in the tree.
Yeah,
So I think we just gotta follow a path where there's one in every room. See,
I
there's
see
one.
another one. Yeah. Saint Jean Baptiste? No, I don't think so. I think it just
So I
has
wrote like a music engine for Apple II in the last few days, so I can
nice.
play a little tune on
This
it.
way.
What do you think? Left?
Yeah, gauche.
I don't see owl.
I don't see owl either.
Let's go right instead.
Is it an owl? Okay,
There's
there's a
one.
dude. There's a dude. Rawr. Oh, this game just has ambient sounds, constant music. I agree with you. It's kind of nice, little atmospheric sound design. Well, that being said, we're due in for some ripping NES funk jams for sure. If you don't have that funk-based patch, it's not an SNES game.
There's the little guy in the tree.
Tree guy, tree guy, tree guy.
There's one. Okay, what do you think? Left?
Let's try it, yeah.
Oh, yep. Okay. So the thing is, like, the game could tell you this hint anywhere, like in
Why
the
would it?
town,
Why? Why would it do that?
and like, or that guy in the dead end could tell you, or you know, like,
Oh, I think the guy in the dead end he's a dead ringer for someone to tell you because it's literally right there, right? You only find him if you're doing it wrong, right? So it's like you let the clever kids figure it out on their own, and then if you wind up with him, you've screwed up, right? And you just tell people.
Final Fantasy IX has a bird following branching maze. I was totally fine with like coping with the maze as it was, like if it was just a straight up maze, but when it started having paths that like loop back on each other,
yeah,
without being connected up the way you expect. Okay, so there's a guy here. Maybe we try left.
okay, yeah, you're not
No,
wrong.
not this way.
You're not wrong,
There's a guy
Rays.
here.
I don't. You're not wrong. Also, I don't like it. How's that for a rebuttal?
Okay, there's our owl.
I
wish I had a name for these creatures. They look kind of like a little goblin or something.
You can the owl man or the wood mite.
Like the thing I've been calling a black owl, but it looks like a little goblin. I don't know.
Kind of looks like a bat to me, but you know.
Could be a bat. Let's call it bats.
Looks like a bat with exaggerated eyes. Owls.
Here's bat still.
I like owls. One time I saw an owl in a park in Toronto, of all places. And I was like, this is very rare. Owls don't like people usually at all, let alone in urban environments, right?
I usually, like, I hear owls at night sometimes, but I don't see them very often.
All right. Hey.
But the thing is, like, okay, took the right one. Like if it didn't have these paths that went back on itself, like just eventually I'd try all the pathways and get through it, like
Blindly.
like every other maze in this game.
You eventually just go crazy.
The methodical approach gets me through eventually. Okay, does this spot? Okay, we went the wrong way.
No baddie boy. Oh, baddie boy.
No batter, no batter, no batter.
You're not sure that you've seen an owl IRL? There's some owls that live in areas like where there's lots of people all the time, and the owls just like stop giving a hoot. You can mind the expression. I think barn owls get that way. I don't think
they're much of a city bird. I would say.
Yeah, they're here though. Like they're in every city. They're just reclusive, right? Cities have a lot of things that owls like to eat, right? And depending upon the type of owl, even some good habitat. Where a building is the same thing as a cliff, right?
Is that a signpost? No.
No, it's a log. It's a signpost in waiting.
Okay, there's another bat.
That's the rumor I've been hearing, Jay. Anecdotally, I can confirm that that's the case, but we've not pulled up the status screen.
Well, let us not lose track of the bats.
I didn't know. I don't know. I only know the word for bat in English and in French. En français, c'est hibou. A bat is an owl is an hibou. En français.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say chauve-souris.
Chauve-souris. That's the word for bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another signpost.
Halfway.
Wow, this sure is a long maze to
You would never do
inflict
it.
on somebody who has
Yeah.
no way of knowing how to navigate it.
You'd never know
Other
based
than
on
mapping it out. I
trial and
definitely
error.
didn't map it out as a kid. I think someone gave me the tip. This tip.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Is this the medieval era? I think so.
Is that a bat in the tree?
Yeah, but it's behind some gunk. And by
Sneaky.
gunk, I mean leaves. Leaves are kind of gunky.
Some,
I forget what time period we're in. We're in the poodle period. What time period in history is most noted by poodles?
let's try right. Oh, good. Aside from Apple II stuff, I've been working on Punch-Out on the NES.
Oh my god! Owl battle.
Something! Something that's not nothing.
Is this the Owl Warrior? Is this Dark
No,
Link? Go. You want to do the line?
This is the Shapelifter's Bridge. Twin.
Oh,
It calls for a little sibling rivalry.
I'm into it. This is your
Also,
fight.
Hello Square 1986.
This is your fight, human boy. This isn't a dispute to be settled by a dog. I'm staying out of it.
It was funny because always gonna use Crush on me.
Yeah, you got got.
That's funny.
If you lose this fight, does that mean you lose the dog? I refuse.
Would you
And do
would you go with him if
And we
I
just
lost the fight? Is that what?
we just well, you know, you're just the stronger owner, right?
Is that how you choose your owner? It's not like the person who fed you since you were a pup.
He just attacked me.
It's just whoever wins in combat.
I used to be neutral.
He's named Bad Boy.
I was neutral. I was gonna stay out of this fight, but it provoked me to violence. Pull out the finger guns. Just maybe. In this game, you get a regular gun.
Right, fireball. 2.
Man, we gotta call it SPCA. Where's PETA when you need him? What if in the middle of the
I'm
game,
reminded of what's
PETA showed
what's
up
kind of annoying about the
and
combat
boycotted
in this
him?
game. Just all these enemies that are fast,
Yeah, are like
like
pretty impossible to deal with.
dodge you. Which wasn't really a problem in Secret of Mana because nothing moved fast.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
good.
funny how like Seiken Densetsu 3 went a different, or I guess we call it Trials of Mana now. I don't know. Secret of Mana 2. Whoa, that was a good hit.
Yeah.
Oh, they formed another boy. You see that? We
did.
destroyed him. Now he's got storm powers.
Enigma Wave raises a very strong point, is that the dog would not be able to tell the difference because dogs can't see color. They can only smell fear.
That's funny. I might need to heal. They formed another boy. Sounds like your prom night. That's that's a strange one.
Oh man. Oh, prom night. I remember my prom night. They're less of a big deal here in Canada, it seems. Seems like more of like
I
a
did not go to my prom night.
US thing.
It was like, I don't know, when it was coming up, it was expensive. It's like,
Yeah. The thing, right? It's like your
I gotta-
debutante ball.
yeah.
You gotta go to finishing
I forget
school.
how much it was, but it was a lot more money than I had.
Like $300 or
wanted to
something.
spend.
Yeah. You got low grade hypothermia. It's like enough to get hypothermia, but not enough to brag about. I had a good time. It was definitely lame. I had fun, but it was definitely basically just like hanging out in a big room
Yeah, I mean,
with not enough
look, I've been to
booze.
like regular school dances and stuff, and they were okay,
Yeah,
but you know, I
the
didn't have to pay a huge amount of money to go
yeah
to them.
with a
And
budget rate
I guess what's
DJ,
different is you get a fancy dinner and
but not too fancy because those are expensive.
some awards or something for people
Yeah,
who probably weren't me, because I don't think I'd be nominated for any awards. But
the award for most nominated for awards by a small peer group goes to a member of that small peer group.
yeah, oh, they splat. That's
It-
funny.
that's just how like the Grammys work, though. That's basically the Oscars.
Watched a guy snort a crushed up birth control pill. Ooh.
That's not how those work. I guess at that point, like, it's not like active birth control, but it's like passive birth control. That makes sense. Not so much that you become incapable of being a father at that point, but you lose people who are willing to father children with you.
There we
Everyone
go.
died.
Destroyed the 3 false boys.
Everyone's dead.
Oh, nice, I
The
got a
Crusader sword. It's good.
So I guess that's.
Why would you snort
Oh, a
salsa?
bridge. And it's not broken, so we don't have to have like a big. Oh, we didn't talk to that guy. Oh no.
Imagine if you backtracked there and it sent you all the way to the back, Lost Wood Tiles.
Anybody can cross this bridge now without fighting their evil twin.
It's just an endemic problem, no matter who it was. How come there wasn't?
So the bats were just here to guard the bridge. That's what they do here. Can we just kill them all?
They just hate
That's weird.
just hate bridges.
Let me catch up on chat. I've missed a lot. Sir
I'll
Thomas Poodle.
I'll just be doing poodle things. Don't worry. Hi, pup. You're fluffy but tough. I like this guy.
You called your high school popularity contest the Oscars. Was there anyone named Oscar in it? See, like, prom is a thing. It's always like an episode of a of like a high school TV show or something. Like, it's just a thing that's always there. But when it actually came up in my real high school, it just felt like,
A night.
you know, I'm not connected to all the people in my school the way. Well, an actual like TV high school show, you know, is about 10 people or whatever.
Yeah, and a bunch
And
of
you know,
extras.
I might have 10 friends, but like it's like the party isn't for us or about us really. Like, you know what I mean? It was just sort of, I don't know. I didn't feel connected to it, and it was expensive. So if it was cheaper, I would have gone. If it was like $20, I would have gone. I don't know.
That's fair. I'm just behaving like a regular poodle.
Yeah.
Poodles are well behaved so long as they're like 2 inches from their owner. And otherwise they're total garbage.
So I guess NES Punch-Out is kind of a fighting game. Should be considered in that genre.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think it's more.
Oh, no, they're still here.
I think it's more of a fighting game on the same line that like wrestling games are fighting games, which, not as a judgment, as a judgment against them. They're not really what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about fighting games. That makes
No,
sense.
there's quite a lot of things that are different mechanical about them than the usual fighting game genre.
Yeah, and that's not a
feel
bad
like
thing. I also
in
just
the
don't
broader
care.
sense,
They're
does
game.
fit.
They're games where you fight.
So am I still following the bats, or
Probably. I thought we killed them all, but whatever.
what's this say? City of Constagando, 30 leagues east. Don't think we're going there.
Spanish turkey.
Serve Delicious is a fighting game? Well, I haven't played it, but it might be. I can't say. Oh, oh, we're dead end.
Yeah,
There's no back.
there's no doodly do. Yeah, Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy, if anybody's keeping score, it's not good. It's not a good video game. I wouldn't play that. The thing is funny is that King of Fighters 95 was actually a lot of fun.
Wait,
Like, I really
no
enjoyed
bat?
it. No bat.
Oh,
And now you don't, and for a reason. Yeah, misspelling the names of the characters in the game is not really great. It's not a good look. What game are we making? That happened in King of Fighters 95 as well, with the Brazilian guy who looked like a Nazi or whatever. Hayden or whatever? Hadrian? Herjigun?
there's a lot of games where they decided to like rename a character in localization. Though this is one of those cases. I mean, Mortal
No,
Kombat was
a Midway
made
game.
in USA.
Good old Mix America Canada. Yeah, inputting the special moves was very strange, and I couldn't get it to go. And, you know, with something like King of Fighters 95 for the Game Boy, because I was having so much fun playing it otherwise, I stuck it through and kind of learned how to feel it out. And after a while, it
It's good teamwork.
became second nature. But I don't know that I'd ever want to give Mortal Kombat the same time of day. Not gonna bother to learn how to do that.
I feel like Mortal Kombat has never been like a popular competitive one.
I think it does well. It's it's
Wait, what did that say? Candy Mountain?
yeah.
Candy. 50 furlongs.
Mortal Kombat does well. It's never hit like Street Fighter. Um,
It's always been popular, but I just mean like I don't know. I've never seen someone say like, "Hey, look at this amazing high-level play competitive match that happened at the last tournament," and
and it
that's
was
never happened with the Mortal Kombat game.
yeah. Everyone, have you ever
Uh,
seen that Justin Wong clip where he's just like bodying that kid on voice chat and the kid's like crying and
Wrong
Justin
one.
Wong's like, "You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn how to block. This ends today."
No.
And the kid's like, "Stop it, you're cheating, it's not fair." And Justin Wong is like, "You're gonna learn."
Oh,
Oh man. He does end the video by recognizing that he's gonna go to hell. But there you go.
oh, we can go left. Aha.
Get bodied, kid. The kid's on voice chat and everything, and it's you know, it's a real time. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the Discord.
Hey,
Don't.
fun.
It's a Dargon. What?
A cute little dragon.
I love how we
Hot
instinctively know we just need to murder it. Can we run away? This guy looks like my friend.
And it's got a spear. I like the little spear.
Never pet a burning dog.
This is very like Puff the Magic kind of dragon.
Yeah, he lives by the sea. He frolics in the autumn mist.
It's Timber Drake.
He's I don't know.
That makes sense for a dragon of the woods, I guess.
Yeah, Timber Drake. He's bringing the pixie back.
Oh, I only healed myself. That's not what I wanted.
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter if your dog dies.
There's always another biscuit.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Never pet a burning dog.
Hmm. That's a... Why does that have a melody? Is this something that's come up before?
Oh no, well, I'm trying to figure out where that's from. Is it from World of Warcraft or Warcraft 2? Like you double click the dudes a lot and they say funny things eventually?
Oh, that was in Warcraft 2, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of where it's from. I'm thinking either Warcraft 2 or Warcraft 3. Because do they have voice clips in the first Warcraft? Did you ever play Warcraft, the first?
I haven't played through it though. I found it I don't know. It's like really a lot of clicking,
Yeah, it's
a
good.
lot of micromanaging because you can't group anything. So it's just like
Yes,
every
yeah.
unit you move.
It's I wouldn't like play it, but I'm glad I played it. Does that make sense? Like I
Oh
played it.
yeah, it was super interesting just to get a sense of like where Warcraft 2 came from, because like
Yeah,
Warcraft 2 was genre defining.
yeah. Warcraft 2 is just better in every way, but like I don't know. I played through the entirety of the first Warcraft and enjoyed it. It was
Yeah,
it a bit had that like banana medicine taste. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I'm doing this because it's good for me. But it was really, yeah, it was cool to see where it's come from. And there's like legitimately some really interesting things happening there. Like tonally,
Hmm.
it's a lot more like a dark fantasy, right? It feels a lot more like close to like Tolkien, if you will. It was
Well,
kind of
I'm
nice.
going through weapons like rapid pace here.
Uh, but anyways, it was interesting as well as those like really early cinematics that were in Warcraft are, you know, from a very, very, very brief but memorable era of computer graphics, right?
Uh-oh. Is this another Aqueduct Maze?
Do you want me to save? F2? It's F2, right?
Sure.
Sure? I
Sure, why not?
don't have the window focused. Okay, we're good.
Also don't have the window focused.
Okay. But yeah, I mean that
It's
would be
funny how, like, multitasking and hotkeys, like you can have global hotkeys, but they're not like the norm for applications.
no,
So,
for good reasons.
like that has its drawbacks, and then non-global hotkeys also has its drawbacks.
Yeah.
Like global hotkeys are a dangerous thing to ask because it might have a conflict, but then not doing
Yes.
them global for the same reason,
It'd be frustrating.
uh, every program puts in whatever they want as the hotkeys, and then you have potential conflicts, and you could be in the wrong window, and then press the key, and then the wrong thing happens because you're in the wrong,
Yeah.
because someone else thought F2 should mean, send an email to the person who you
The president.
don't want that information to go to, or I don't know,
Yeah.
something embarrassing.
Forward pictures of the booty.
What have we got? Okay, so there seem to be blockades a lot. I wonder if we'll get a way to destroy them. I'm remembering there was that whole like bazooka in the intro, right?
Yeah. I'd like to get that back. Does the dog turn into a bazooka? I don't know where I am.
No, do you know what the dog's gonna turn into?
I have no clue. I've not been paying attention.
Well, I'll let it be a surprise. If you haven't watched the intro of the game yet, I'll let it be a surprise.
I'm sure I've watched it, but just didn't take it in, if that makes sense. I just sort of let the experiences flood past my synapses. The booty under pressure. You know that? Does anybody else know the song "Booty Do Math"? Anybody else here? Booty Do Math?
No.
Okay. You don't have to be ashamed to admit it if you know about the song "Booty Do Math."
I know Cyrano's perfect math class.
Oh no, there's a song by an artist called Kirby Crackle called "Booty Do Math," and it's about a butt that's failing math class,
Where's
and it
the
has
dog go?
I don't know. I've literally no
Back here?
idea. I can hear him. And then the music video is a montage of the cartoon Booty learning differential calculus, and then winning a math contest. It's very motivating. It's very
Wait, whose
inspiring.
booty?
The butt. It's a butt.
It's just a butt?
Just a floating butt.
Like the judge from that Pink Floyd movie, or?
Maybe. I haven't seen that Pink Floyd movie.
Oh.
Is that a national
Hey, this place
Lampoon's
looks
thing?
familiar. Are they doing palette swaps of old dungeons now?
I hope so. It's a Raptor. Is that Pink Floyd movie a National Lampoon's production?
No, what's it called? The Wall. It's called The Wall.
Okay. It isn't
They
like
also made an album by the same name. I think it works better as a film than an album.
Will Arnett stars in
It's
National
locked.
Lampoon's that Pink Floyd movie.
National Lampoon's Pink Floyd's The Wall.
No,
It's like a
National
Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Anthony Hawks, professional skateboarder.
Zach's Convenience.
Tom Clancy.
I wonder if Zach's Convenience is still there in Toronto.
I don't
I always
know.
liked going by that one.
Zach's Convenience.
Yeah, well, the sign says Zach's Convenience. I think they had a sign that said Zach's Convenience, and then the store got wider or something, and then they just
Let's put
put
Zach's.
Zach's on it.
Why are the sewers such a favorite location in video games? I don't know. Because they got robots and crocodilators in them.
So I think last time the robot was
You
like
cursed it.
was what was keeping the thing locked.
I don't quite remember, but I'm gonna listen to you.
Very
You're the more qualified of the two of us. I'm just a dog. Sid Meier's freak out. I wish they all did a collaboration where I'm sure somebody's thought of this joke before me, but like Sid Meier's, Tony Hawk's, Tom Clancy's, and then it's like I don't know, Solitaire.
Wait, so that didn't give us a thing? Hang on, you need some heal.
How come Alan Wright doesn't do that? I feel like Alan Wright is a game designer who could get away with that. Like Alan Wright's SimAnt.
What?
Don't ask questions, baby. Just play.
Wait, so that was the way out? Is there anything else in this dungeon?
I don't know, man.
I just wanted to see if we...
You gotta get
What's
the
that
hunt.
blinky thing over there? That looks conspicuous.
It does. There's only a way to get down there. Tom Clancy's Civilization would be pretty tight. I'd play that.
Okay, so we just like opened all the doors and then fought all the things. And then the last door led to town. Can I levitate? Can I reveal? No. No. Okay, well,
I mean, we can always come back, right?
I guess so, but we won't.
What are other series
Alright.
that use naming schemes like that? Like, there's the Imagine games, right? Where it's like Imagine : whatever, right?
Oh, right. So last time we met like the queen who like made everybody move to her Ivor Tower.
And now we're in Eben.
Yeah.
Ebony and Ivory.
So these are all the holdouts, the rebels.
But there are
Who
none.
She wanted us to...
Murder.
Actually, she wanted us to unblock the bridge so that they could get across, didn't they? Was that what she said?
I think she wanted us to murder them. Oh no, she was trying to facilitate their slaughter
Yeah.
by having us do something.
I think
Joe
unblocking
Blow.
the bridge was actually the thing, wasn't it? Or...
Don't recall. I'm just a dog.
I'm just trying to piece together like whether or not she gave us a hint about how to get through the maze, but I don't think she did.
No, she wasn't that kind to us.
It feels like that was almost it. Oh, there's
In. Dogs allowed. Hooray!
Oh, look at this meat. Oh, I can't eat it.
Could be a cinnamon roll.
I have to sign myself in. I'm gonna. Oh no, I'm not gonna steal her honey.
The inn's legendary honey chest. Some weapons.
Oh hey, who's this?
Is that an armor-clad cat or is that a helmet?
What have we here? You're not from Evan Keep or Ivor Tower, as far as I can tell.
No, we're from Podunk.
Yes, I've heard of Podunk. Maybe you've heard of me. The name's Cecil of Baron Castle. Heard about my victory over Zeromus? Have you?
I can't say I have. Can't say I have.
Well, I have, but what about that time I turned into a paladin?
Doesn't ring a bell.
How about my adventure on the moon?
Oh yeah, the moon.
Now I settled down with my wife Rosa, and we live a quiet life here in Ebon Keep. Wait, do we get to see Rosa in this game?
Is all this armor yours?
Yes, this is my business. I sell items that I've accumulated over the years. It's nice, but business has been slow lately, with most people leaving for Ivor Tower.
Why didn't you leave too?
Just stubborn, I guess. We didn't feel right about it and still don't. You seem like a nice kid, but you're never going to get anywhere with that chintzy armor. Let me suit you up in style.
You figure Chugmander would sound like Skeletor?
We can be the shining armor. Oh,
Brad,
look at that collar.
Brad, did you forget that the main character's name is Chugmander again? I forgot.
What about it?
You know how every week...
What did he just say?
Received Thunderball projectile.
Oh, I just skipped through that, but he just gave us a bazooka?
I don't know. I think it automatically has you switch weapons when you get a new one. I was invoking my James Earl Jones as Chugmander. I forgot that our character was named Chugmander again, is all I'm trying to say.
You should put on the thing. So I don't know. For me, Final Fantasy II, or now called Final Fantasy IV, was like. I don't think. Are you not wearing either of those?
No. Last time when we were playing and you went to grab a drink or whatever, I took the collar off.
That explains why you've been dying so much more.
I suppose. Famous Sandlot actor James Earl Jones, yes.
But yeah, Final Fantasy II was like my favorite Super Nintendo game. Like, literally changed my life playing that game.
Nice.
And
would you say it's your favorite Final Fantasy?
I think it still is. It's the one I've played the most.
That's fair.
Or replayed the most, I should say, or bought the most. Like I've had several different versions of it.
Yeah, I get that. Are you pumped for the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection? They're doing 1 through 6. All in one bundle.
No.
That's fair.
It's like remakes don't excite me in general.
That's fair.
Sometimes I enjoy them, but now
and is this the gag where he's everybody? He's working all the
he seems like disembodied. He doesn't look like he's like really behind the counter there.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Chugmander. I'm handling business on both sides of the building.
Yeah, yes. We'll stay. FF2 was great. Love the music. Yeah. Fantastic music. Fantastic.
I don't know. It was also like my first JRPG kind of game.
Your first jerp?
I don't know. I just...
As the kids call him?
Ebb and Keep Inn. Okay.
The dog is well behaved and does not bark indoors.
Anyhow, so this cameo from the main character of Final Fantasy IV was like mind-blowing.
Oh, okay.
To it.
That's fair.
What am I doing back here? Why is this a dead end?
I don't know. You've lost your dog also. Or rather, I've lost your dog. Or I'm lost as your dog. Why do you have a gun?
I think the bazooka might have limited shots. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Yeah, because I just fired it, and now I can't...
Yeah, you're just swinging it.
I can't fire it again. I only had one shot.
Forever?
Yeah.
Incredible. Hey, Dark6. Welcome. Bienvenue.
Will he sell me more?
Hello, kid.
No.
Doing good. Doing good. I'm in dog mode yet again.
Like
doing
when I
what
got
I
to
do
Final
best.
Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 4, I'd seen Final Fantasy like at a friend's house now and then, and it looked really interesting, and I always wanted to play it, but like I never had an NES.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, we found another back door.
Alchemy business is all but dried up. You're such a cutie.
Alchemy business.
Let me teach you a useful formula. Requires 1 acorn and 2 parts water. It makes a tree. Tree growth. Gradually regenerate heroes'
Oh.
HP.
Is that better than...
Than just healing outright? I should think no. You can try it though. Heal is pretty well leveled up at this point, right? And you've got a zillion T-spells.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, 1-up uses the super expensive feather, but I think heal already heals like full health. So
Yeah. Why would you? Why would you?
I don't. Give me. Wait, do you have menu?
I do for some reason, and it also moves the dog. How did this happen?
I don't know. I think the cutscene switched to player 1 or something by force.
Okay. Draw. Is that you?
Oh, it's me again?
Oh, I love the jank.
Okay,
Merry
definitely water.
Jankmas. Woof, woof, woof. I am a
Actually,
dog.
It feels like I want to use off-brand spells just to
To throw the feds off your trail.
well, like sometimes the resources are scarce, so if you can find a spell that uses a different resource.
Sure. Can you move?
So you can move?
Yeah, I can move.
I can't move.
Can you
All
queue
right,
in?
found a bug for today.
Can you queue in? Like, can you switch to dog?
No.
'Cause I can't leave the area. Okay. Oh, good heavens. Okay.
Okay. I'm back.
Okay. Life is as intended.
We gotta steal from this lady.
The loser. Weird. Very weird. Final Fantasy when your brother borrowed it. I played it for a week. Turned it on late at night and clicked new game and deleted your save file. Classic. Classic. Love it.
Oh
What?
yeah, so I'd heard of Final Fantasy and I always wanted to play it. Like there were a bunch of games kind of like that I'd heard. I'd heard of Ultima and stuff. Like
Did you
wanted to
hear of
try
Ultima
them.
Online?
Later.
Later, you heard
This
of
was
heard about.
before Ultima Online. But
That's not the question I asked. Sorry, I'm being an asshole.
what?
I wanted to know did the candles just turn on? I didn't want to know about. Yeah,
Yes.
that's weird. That's very strange.
Just turns on the candles.
It's clap on, clap
Oh.
off. I didn't know. I didn't want to know if you heard about Ultima Online, that game Ultima Online. I want to know whether or not you had heard about the game Ultima Online.
Actually, that's kind of a funny thing as well, because like the first time I ever had email, like my dad got email through like his work. He worked at a school. He was a teacher.
Sure.
But so he got an email address, and it was like the family email address that we
Classic.
kind of like dialed into the school BBS to use it. And like I
Yeah.
sent emails to places, and one of them was an Ultima fan club. So I just wanted to read about Ultima because I thought it might be a cool game.
That's sweet.
So I got like
I love that.
newsletters for that sent to my dad's email address. This is before like we had World Wide Web or anything.
Yeah,
Like as soon as I had that, I found Hotmail and just had my own email address and realized this. Oh yes, we shouldn't have the same email. Oh, it just opened.
But this was back in the DARPANet days. You were
Back in
working.
Whack things.
You were working as a defense contractor. No, I'll take that back.
What's wrong with these?
I mean, you were working as a defense tractor.
Anyhow, so like every once in a while,
I'm
I
listening.
don't know. Like he'd ask his students or something about video games, and like every once in a while he'd like organize a trade.
Sure.
Say like, Brad, one of my students wants to trade for a while this game for that game, and at one point it was Final Fantasy 2,
Yeah.
and it blew my mind. It was so good.
Mine's blown. That's fair.
Oh, how'd you get over there? This is quite a
They used wall hacks.
easy maze.
I'm cheating. Maybe we just turn off one of the background layers in the emulator. I think the mice are supposed to help you find the way, right? My favorite Final Fantasy game is probably either the first one, OG, you know? You accidentally turn left, and for that, your punishment is death. It's got a magic canoe, so that's pretty good stuff. Either that or Final Fantasy Tactics. Another great game. The War of the Lions.
I still need to play the first Final Fantasy.
It's really good.
It's really funny, like... So, like, I had Final Fantasy IV, and then Final Fantasy VI came out, and I was ready for that one to come out. Like, by that time, I was Squaresoft super fan. Just ready for everything they put out, which is how I ended up with this game. I also had Secret of Mana.
Can you go up here?
Which,
you probably did try,
I bought
but...
from a friend who had gotten bored of it.
Can't go up here?
Or maybe he gave it to me for my birthday. Like, he had it, and I'd played it at his house, and I thought it was super cool, and he was kind of bored of it, so at some point he gave it to me.
That's fair.
Which
did you prefer, Race?
So yeah, like
FF2 or FF Uno?
But
It's fair.
yeah, so for years I've wanted to go back and play Final Fantasy 1, especially now that I've been into like Nintendo games a lot, like regular NES.
Nice. Yeah, it'd be good. I think it's a great game.
Maybe we need to go in the other hole? Where do we come in?
Go in the other hole. You lost your dog, it's fine. Leave me.
I've lost everything.
That's the Dawn of Souls one, right? I think I played FF1/FF2 on the Game Boy Advance. That way. But I originally played it on the NES. Man, what a good game.
Okay, here's the other side of the terrible maze.
I remember, like, you know, I played Final Fantasy 1, you know, as a teenager, right? So it wasn't exactly the first game I had played, right? But when I booted it up, playing it for the first time on the old Nintendo, you know, you show up in this field, you hit new game, right? And you hear the music, and then it's like, wow, this is quite nice. And then you're in the middle of this field, and it gives you no explanation about what's going on. You're just like right there in the middle of the grass. I was like, what do you do? So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go left.
Oh, hey, we got into a place.
I go left, and I'm exploring some fields, and there's some goblins, and I fight them, and I win. And that's good. I continue going left. Some more goblins. Okay, losing hit points. I seem to have a way to heal myself. And then you hit the coastline, and you go, oh no. Okay. And then you go back, and just by the time I saw the first city, my party got murdered, and we all died. I get a game over. And I was like, oh. This is a different type of gameplay experience that I'm used to. Right? Like, I'm used to your Donkey Kongs or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, where you're going to get a really clear idea of how to progress and what's going to count as a victory and success and stuff, right?
Actually, that reminds me, like, one of the things I thought was great about Squaresoft games, the manual came with a walkthrough in the back to kind of guide you through the first part of the game.
Sure, yeah. That's kind.
And they did that with Secret of Mana. They did that with Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 4.
Yeah.
And that was like exactly what I needed as like a first timer.
Oh no, it's the Box Lord. I am the king of the rats, I tell you, king of the rats. And I'm claiming this castle in the name of disease-carrying vermin everywhere. Prepare to be plagued. Okay, that's interesting. I'm stuck.
Did I just crush him? Or like, what's the...
Yeah, I think you
just... etiquette here?
Yeah, that's pretty good. There you go, I'm no longer stuck. I don't know that I can attack him. Maybe we have to hit the Koopa shells back at him, right? We gotta play tennis. In the strong tradition of so many SNES bosses. You gotta go play tennis with them to win.
can I, how do I select the bazooka? Why can't I select bazooka?
So no. Your dog's being implosioned. I'm dead. He just hit me for like 99%
damage?
Yeah, all damage.
Do I
Revivify. Anyways, so the game just like I decided to go left instead of right, and the game murdered everyone in my party. We just all died.
Killed you? I just revived you.
Yeah. This rat man means business. There's no sense in healing me. I don't think I can attack him. They'd be squee. Maybe he only has so many goodies in his bag. I'm just here for moral support. Yeah, just spam crush.
Just crush him as fast as I can.
Just do it, but working.
While my dog explodes.
Common problem. If your dog is exploding, you might need to get it repaired.
So, was Don't Pet a Burning Dog a Warcraft 3 thing then, or?
I think it's Warcraft 2, where like you double click on like the peasants enough or whatever, and then one of the things.
I don't think that's the line in Warcraft 2 though, because like, just because that's the one I played and quoted to my friends a lot.
To be honest, I don't remember. I think it's Warcraft 2, but you know, this wouldn't be the first time I misremembered something. You have failed me for the last time. Why are you hitting me with lightning? Aru! I think that got you. Oh, you got the heal just in time. You got healed before you hit the ground.
I think this game might queue heals before. Why can't I crush?
No.
There we go. It might queue heals before damage.
Interesting. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the first 6 games being remade. If nothing else, just because it's nice to kind of have them updated and running well on modern hardware, and you know, Q8, and just like in one type package. It's not a proposition of no value, right? Not of no value.
If it's the right price, like I'd probably get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd want to play those games in that. Like I get so much out of playing games in their kind of original form.
Oh yeah. I prefer that too. Yeah.
Like there are games I played remakes of, and like 2 of them are Squaresoft things. Like I really enjoyed the.
Hooray!
I really enjoyed the Secret of Mana one.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the Final Fantasy IV one. I thought those were both pretty good quality. Neither of them really added a lot to either game, but they did a decent job and didn't really fail it in any way. Mm-hmm. In my view. All right, so
we did it.
New music. Oh, we're not.
New cutscene. Old location.
It's just like the other castle, only palette swapped. The Sub-Zero to our Scorpion.
Exactly. Woof, woof, woof. I'm a dog. Halt. Stop. Wait. Who are you? What do you want? I'm Chugmander, and this is my dog Amogus. We've been sent here by the Queen of Ivor Tower. She wants us to open the drawbridge. That imposter sent you here, and she wants you to open our drawbridge? Oh, this won't do at all. We can't have this. Please, I implore you, before you do anything rash, come with me.
I like the pauses in how his text is delivered.
Yeah, he's got a cadence to it. There's someone you must meet. Oh, good heavens.
Earthbound did that a lot too.
Yeah. Built in some poetry to the way the text is revealed. Timing, some meter. I remember this castle
Familiar?
from before. Please follow these stairs and speak to Her Highness. I remember you. Queen Bluegarden, what are you doing here? Have we met? You can do her. Yeah, yeah, I met you in Ivor Tower, don't you remember?
Oh, you met the imposter, my evil twin.
Wow, this is what happens in the 2 Doctor IDs. We found evil twins everywhere. First there was the Fire Eyes, or Elizabeth, and her evil twin, and then Horace, and now you.
Elizabeth, Horace, you've met the others.
Are you from Podunk too?
Yes.
Oh. You were part of an experiment at the mansion on the hill? The dog is so bored.
Yes.
And something went terribly wrong?
Yes. And I've been stuck here ever since. It hasn't been that bad until a few months ago, anyway. That's when my twin appeared, locked me in the dungeon, and took my place. Then she presented the king with a hypnotic puppet show, which sent him into a trance. Oh, that puppet show. With the king in his couch potato state, the imposter could scheme right under his nose. By the time I got out of the dungeon, she had moved the kingdom across the ravine. Now only a few of us remain in Ebon Keep.
She sent us here to open the drawbridge so that her troops could clear out the castle.
That's not good at all.
But no bueno.
It's only a matter of time before she storms in here with or without your help. Listen, kid.
Listen, kid.
I think that tinker could help you get back to Podunk. But first, you're going to have to get rid of that imposter. We'll batten down the hatches here.
We'll go back to the castle and set things straight before she can cross over.
That sounds like a good idea. If you need my help out in the field, you can call me by using one of your call beads. I should use those sometimes.
Sure,
Before you
yeah.
leave, make sure that you talk to Tinker in the chamber to the east. He'll be able to help you on your journey.
Thanks, Queen Bluegarden.
Please call me Camellia.
Amelia. Woof, woof, woof. I am a dog. While you're gone, we'll batten down the hatches. Before you leave, talk to the Tinker. He's in chamber to the east.
She already said all that.
Green flame. Out-swapped flame. Copper candles.
Guess we gotta go
Ooh.
do this. Wow, what cool windows. They seem almost alive.
The sprites just jumped in there. What's wrong, Amugus? They are alive. Wow. They really played up the suspense there, eh? You know what I'm saying, right? Like they were there for like 2 seconds, and then it was like surprise.
I wish I'd gotten what
No, boo.
dancing pools. At least they're still at regular strength.
Yeah. They're also at regular annoying. Hooray! You, those guys were a pain in the glass. Banned. That's it.
I think that's the high point of the writing in this game.
Yeah.
Hi there, Enigma Wave. Oh, no, you've been here for a while. Hello.
Hello again, friend. I trust your little security measures in the hall didn't give you much trouble. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Dinger Tinderbox. I am eccentric. I deal with scientific matters, mechanical inventions, alchemy formulae. I trust that the Queen has told you about the imposter in the Ivor Tower? Yeah. We've been encountering evil twins ever since we left Podunk. Oh, you come from the same place the Queen hails. Yeah, there's an abandoned mountain just outside of the town. Mugas chased a cat into the old place and we followed him in. Hey, Seven, the cat wasn't there anymore, and we did find a strange machine in an old laboratory. Continue this discussion up the stairs. The machine zapped us at another lab and just put the old one. Only this lab was some sort of space station. There were two people there. One of this scientist was Dr. Ruffleberg. The other one looked like he may have been his butler. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the wrong character. There's no indication of who's who, right? I'm not really sure what happened after that. But we ended up in Evermore. And we've been here ever since. I think I know what place in space that you're speaking of. I've been there through my telescope. If you want to go back to Podunk, you'll probably find the way up there. And I think I know you can get there too. But first, we have a matter at hand of the Imposter. She's going to kill us all. The Queen wants us to go back to Avo Tower and stop her twin from causing more trouble. That sounds like a good idea. The Imposter is scheming at this very moment. Take a look. Alright, this better be a beautiful cinematic. Let's see it. Full screen art? Okay. This weird telescope. How did he get this perspective?
Orders from Bug Aronio. We're to find a device that produces a special kind of energy. It's somewhere in the kingdom, but there's no specific information as to its whereabouts. My superior has ordered me to do whatever it takes to find it. Even if we must tear the kingdom apart. My superior? Piece by piece. Oh, I see. She's putting emphasis on piece by piece.
Get it? We want to kill them.
But your highness, won't the citizens be suspicious? I'll deal with those cretins when the time comes. Now,
I say cretins. You say cretins. I say cretins. Let's call the whole thing
I
off.
flip-flop on the name of the protagonist of Final Fantasy IV. Is it
Wow.
Cecil or Cecil?
I don't know. Wow, she's mean. Yes, she has been dealt with in a hurry. Crossing the chessboard would not be a good idea at this point. Our troops will be expecting it. I recommend that you go north and visit my brother, Gomi. He'll help you. Roll through the dungeon to the sewer and then out, and you'll find the blocked passage to the north. You can clear the passage with my axe. And my axe! Yeah, let's do it. Did you guys talk to Cecil yet? Did you mention the moon? I don't know. Who's Cecil?
Oh,
yes, we did. Yes, I did.
Hi there, 7 Deadly Streamers. Liam has not played Final Fantasy IV, but for me, it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about being a voice actor? No, not really. Too many other things I'm bad at. You just take on one more bad thing for me to do. For shame. Good hook. We were talking about the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster series, though, and how I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be all that fun in one tight little package.
I'm just gonna max out my ingredients because these things seem to really be doing a lot of work for us. He'll help us return to the space place. Okay.
F2 is save, right?
Yep. Hello, 7 Deadly Streamers. I don't know if I said hi. Oh, I went through the... There you go. Wait, what's out here? Nothing.
You have failed
This
me.
is one of those fire pits. I think these rooms have a meaning. I forget what it is.
No. They've been getting a lot of work over those. It was a forge in one room, right? And
Did you play After Years? I've never tried it, despite the fact that I've played through Final Fantasy IV so many times. Oh, there's his axe.
The Night Basher. You got it already. It just doesn't look green in this page for some reason.
Oh. But it's less damage than my lance.
That's weird, eh? That it's green when you grab it and it's blue there.
It was 3D when you played it.
Godzooks. Scoundrel.
Like, for all the times that I've played Final Fantasy IV, I don't know, like, After Years didn't look appealing to me, but maybe I should give it a chance at some point.
I don't know what it is,
I thought
but
it was funny, like, because the point in my life, like, when this came out, so I was a super fan of Squaresoft, so I bought everything that I could get my hands on that came out around here. So I had Final Fantasy IV. Like, basically, after I borrowed it from my dad's friend, like one of my dad's students, we traded something for it for a while, and then traded back. But at some point, my dad bought it from him because, like,
you loved
I
it.
realized I really liked this game. Yeah. So I ended up with that copy of it, and then oh, we didn't go this way. Oh no, it's gonna be like is the whole dungeon duplicated?
Whole dungeon palette swap with some debris.
But so, like, Final Fantasy VI came out, and I wanted that as soon as it came out. There was Chrono Trigger, there was Secret of Mana, and then there was this game. I think that was it at this point. That was like everything Squaresoft had released for Super Nintendo in Canada.
What's up here?
Up where?
Up this way.
Seems like the rats don't actually hurt us unless we
No, we're just being mean. Cool,
Oh, wait.
another
So
maze. This looks chessboardy though.
wait.
I'm waiting.
But he said not to go to the chessboard, right?
It is a trap though. He was just trying to. He's
What
just
an
trying to
annoying
trick
enemy.
us.
No, I feel this is the wrong way.
No, we were gonna play chess.
Down
Why do
to
you
the
think?
right?
Why do you think it was Why do you think it was the wrong way to go?
Because we're supposed to go through the dungeons. Oh, I'm Neris, the smartest boy in Ebon Keep. I bet you're not as smart as me. Guess the number of marbles in my hand. I'll give you something.
40.
What's your guess?
4 marbles.
You want to guess 4?
Yeah.
What? Oh, he just gave us super heal.
Yeah. I'm smart, baby. I know what's going
We've
on.
got a lot of. Is that ethanol and acorns? I think we've got a lot of those.
Yeah.
I'm working on a youth formula. Explain how it works, but you probably wouldn't understand. Maybe later.
I like how now your axe is golden. Before it was green, then it was blue, and now it's gold.
Golden axe. That's the best color for an axe to be. Wait, so do you think we should go to the chessboard?
Yeah, it's like it's a video game. What do you think's the worst thing that's gonna happen when we get there? If we can't go this way, it'll just be blocked off, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Wait,
No, I
does
refuse.
the axe let us break those barricades?
And my axe. I don't know. It's only one way to find out.
I like how these enemies are like an enemy that stuns you but doesn't do damage.
Yeah, they're just charming.
They're just hard to hit.
You just winged that one.
Okay, so we can get in here. There's no boss here this time.
This isn't big enough for to play chess on.
But I'm wondering if this is like literally just the
We were in a mirrored.
chessboard.
We were in a mirrored version of this room already, right?
I'm thinking we might actually just be in literally the same room, and now the path to the right is open.
If I recall
I don't
correctly. Oh yeah,
Remember
maybe.
that core thing?
Yeah, the weird triangle.
Well, if we end up in the forest right here,
Uh,
I don't think this is where we want to go.
looked like there was an area to the left of the chessboard we could try.
Well, that's how we got in the first place.
Yeah, we got to go to the queen and
But-
be like, to hell with you, you're a jerk.
Yeah, but he said to go through the dungeon.
I don't know. Let's go. I mean, again, the same thing. Worst case scenario is we just get to the left of the chessboard and there's nothing to explore, right? And we turn around. And my axe.
Oh, hang on a second. Mom, hi. Oh. Okay. Oh, I got home. She was just saying hello. Okay, now that
Hello.
way.
This way. Onward to glory.
Dead end.
Like, we'll find out soon enough whether or not there's a way out of here, right? Old-fashioned way. Okay, looks like not this route.
That it is.
Cut down some trees. Yeah, what about up and left?
No, I'll just run.
Yeah. We tried left. Okay, yeah,
Leave
looks
your
like
dog behind.
no.
Yes.
Did
What is
we?
this?
I think we like leapt over at some point or something. I forget. We may have not have been always paying attention. Gotta be honest,
thought-
right?
I thought we walked. I thought we just like walked east of the town and it like led to the chessboard.
No clue. No clue. Maybe the forest then? I don't know. I would assume that
think-
this is something we can do with the axe that we couldn't do before.
Yeah, he said we can break barriers with the axe, so I think we can go back to the dungeon that we came in to this place from,
Yeah.
and we can get places that we couldn't before.
Alright, let's do it. I'm on board. You have 100%
Good.
full faith and commitment from me.
Figure out the way of this stupid stun maze. There we go. And now you can find me again.
Aroo!
So I think we came in from the right.
Yeah, let's go find some barricades and start hitting them. Doesn't matter which one. Hit them all. Can we go
Oh,
through the
wait,
sides
okay.
here? I'm just curious.
Oh, there we are. So we come in here or here or
This crappy castle sewer.
one of these? One of these surely will screen out the sorrow. But where are you?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I can't cry anymore.
Aha, there we go.
Are you running out? I can't cry
Okay, so
anymore.
they just explode. The axe makes the barriers explode.
Yeah, everything's rigged with explosives in this game. I guess the line is while you run around, right? I can't cry anymore. While you run around, right?
I think it's I don't care anymore why you run around.
Oh, we have to look it up. Maybe this is one of these Bodhisattva. Won't you
Oh,
sell your house
swamp.
in town? Look at those big lotus.
They're doing a lot of palette swaps of previous areas lately.
Yeah. The water looks clean though. Look at the lotus flowers though. I can't cry anymore. I thought it was while you run around.
It might be.
Break away. Just when it feels so real. Over now. Grab your big black cow. That one, right? And get out of here.
Not like a black cow. What's in that? Kahlua and
I thought it was a
Kahlua and milk?
I thought it was a brand of beer, but
Or is it root beer in Kahlua? Is that what it is?
It sounds vile.
Whoa!
Well, the game's cheating again.
Oh, I remember. He said go through the dungeon and then go north to meet his friend Gomi. Or
Yeah,
his brother?
yeah. His brother is named Gomi. We're here on this cool tower though, so that's something. It's got like a Minotaur relief sort of thing.
Yeah, look at this. That's pretty neat.
Some of the classics.
There's like scaffolding in front of somebody's face.
Yeah. Minos, is that you? Do you have to live in a maze
Notice
forever?
you're having no trouble with these like wooden plank stairs.
Yeah, this dog is busted, right? I think that
These
the
stairs look a lot more rickety than
rickety
the
and
pirate
steep.
ones.
Yeah. The
Oh wait, what's this in here?
that's a cutscene. Apparently, an elevator. Magic powers. Pizza Man. Megmander. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, maybe the Pirate Cove place just had exclusionary anti-dog policies.
Try this super heal out. Where's my spells? Super heal?
Sure.
I bet this will be way weaker than my regular heal.
It takes forever, and for that reason I'm unimpressed.
Oh, actually that's about this. I think that's a little better than a regular heal right now.
Other than the fact
That's
that
at level 0.
it takes 45 minutes to go, right? I might be exaggerating. Just when it seems so clear. What if there was a Steely Dan song playing on this scene? You know what I'm saying? If like we got to listen to Peg.
In a way, there sort of is.
What?
Because, like, I hear it in my mind. Oh no!
Get wrecked. Do you think that happens every single time? Unless you have some sort of anti-dragon charm?
I don't know. It's kind of neat though.
He's gonna fireball you for 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah, I got 20 crush. Let's see how the fireballs do. His name's Sterling. Oh.
I like this dragon a lot. I like his attitude. I'm just gonna keep biting. I don't know if I can hurt it, but
Good fireball. Oh,
you're almost
a long
dead.
way. Okay.
Just when it seems so
Let's see how
clear.
regular heal does. I think it'll do about 160 to each of us.
The other one did like 250.
Oh, only 108. Okay, so it is quite a bit better. Let's see. Let's try crushing. Only I could see how much damage that did.
It's one of the great mysteries
Oh,
of our
that's good.
times. Gotta get him with that sweet, sweet stun lock.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you're
no.
dead. You got bodied.
Where do we save last?
I don't know.
Look at him. Death intensifies.
You got Zangiefed. Should
Where
I
did
hit
we
it?
save last?
I don't know. Should I hit F4?
Where did you save?
I don't know. I don't remember. Should we just like load and see where we're at and then hit F4?
Well, the thing is, if you hit F4, we'll lose the saved save.
Yeah.
Tinker's Tower.
Yeah, we got ripped. Okay, this wasn't too far. We spent most of the time lost and wandering around, right? So if we just beeline it back to where we were, it'll take 2 seconds.
We need the axe.
And my axe! Oops.
What did you just do? Was that F4?
Yeah.
I need to get the axe again.
I'm sorry. I always forget. Okay. Hooray! Alright, I'll hit F2 more.
I need a real quick bathroom break.
Okay.
Stir my pasta sauce that I'm cooking.
Boots, cats, boots, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Shh. All right, off we go. These guys are back. What's up, dudes? I guess I can't attack here. Alright, now it's the Liam show. Nobody can tell me what to do. I'm my own boss. F2? Correct. Alright, I will remember it for the rest of this playthrough. How's everybody in chat land doing? How's the chat doing? Are we having a good time? I don't exactly know where to go, but I think it's to the leftish. There's a marble guy somewhere. If the dragon totals us, we get Zangief pile drives. Where do I go? Is it here? What's up, buddy? Hi, I'm Neris, smartest boy named Keep, but you're not as smart as me. He sure looks different this time. Before he looked like an old man. That's weird. Super fresh. I'll let Brad worry about that. Glad to hear it, Square. Glad to hear it. I'm doing super fresh. Your neighbor's having a big projector screen on the fence backyard. There's Canadian games on. That's awesome. That's amazing. Are you watching it? Is it on? It's on the fence, right? Okay, cool. There's definitely been times where I've watched a movie backwards because it was being projected on like a sheet or whatever. I don't have a TV at my place. I just have a projector facing across the room against a wall. Pretty good times. Pretty good times. You can see good. Oh, you've got a view. You have a room with a view. As they say. That's exciting. Yeah, go Habs go. They're up in the series now, right? It's like 3-2. Canadian sports team versus American sports team. Go Habs. Do. Oh, I'm almost dying. I gotta learn how to use magic. Alchemy. How do you cast spells though? Brad? Help me out here. Okay. The guy died. Did I cast the wrong spell? How come I'm not... What? Maybe Cure doesn't do what I think it does in this game. I played too many Final Fantasies. What's the score, Tarsix? Alright, this is where we were not supposed to go. Now I recall. One sec. The score is Oogie to Boogie. For Canadian Puck Squad. Against American Puck Squad. All the NHL teams are international anyways, right? Canadians and Northern Europeans. Go away. You guys are so annoying. Why isn't my dog helping? Come on, dog, murder things. What a dog. The score is minus symbol. 1-1. Cool. What game is it in the series? Do you remember? Is it like 3-2? Or what game are we on? Game 5? Game 6? Oh, there's a chest here. A call bead. Not sure about that, that's fair. As you might be able to tell, I've not been following that closely. Where go? That's cool. Right in here, in the cellar. I've definitely been on autopilot, playing as dog. When you play as dog in this game, you really don't have to think too much. So I've been not doing that. I wonder how Brad's Ragu is doing. I wonder how Brad's doing. Only I'd pay attention. I have no idea where I am or what I'm doing. There's the ballroom or what have you. That's that dude. Which way did I have to go? That was Tinkerton, right? Tinkerbox or whatever his name is. Cupcake. Where?
Right. My bad. Tarks has caught sight of my cupcake.
You scoundrel. I haven't done anything. I got super heal again, and then I got lost. I realized that I'd not been paying attention for quite a while.
I think I know where to go.
Okay. Here, have the camera.
How do I get... Oh.
It's weird. It's Lost Vikings all over again.
Well, it's just because, like, the select button, what it does is, like, it changes depending on a couple of factors.
Yeah.
Oh, right. There was the puppet show in the other castle.
Yeah, we don't have puppets here. They're banned. After
there's a nice fat chocobo.
The incident.
That's another good Final Fantasy IV reference that Liam won't get.
One of these years.
So wait, where was the guy, the super heal guy?
He was over in the top left. And he was actually a kid this time. But I already went to him. I want
to buy stuff from him.
Ugh. He was actually a kid this time too. Like,
what?
Go to the right. Go to the right. Go to the right. That's him. He looks like a child now. Can't tell you why.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't it?
Okay, you didn't equip the...
No, I decided I would leave that great burden with you.
Oh, I can't do it myself. I have to... Oh, he doesn't sell items?
No.
Who did I buy items from last? Did Tinker sell items?
I don't think so. I think you maybe just dreamt it.
Let me see. Super heal. Because I would like to replenish my crush, but I don't... What are the ingredients? Crush is limestone and wax. Oh, so it's saying I have 3 limestone? Why is it saying 3? Oh no, that's the level of the spell.
Level 3, I think it's like 63 experience out of 100. This is sort of the vibe I'm getting.
Okay. So now we just gotta go find that dragon again?
I guess.
Anyhow, my mom got home and she brought me a cupcake.
Amazing.
Cupcake now. Where was the dungeon? This isn't the way, is it?
I don't think so.
We went left?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
The layout makes no sense, but it's fine. Boom, boom. The explosion axe.
So we can skip the time we spent wandering around the hedge maze and stuff, because I know it's not the way to go this time.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I did do that for you while you were gone.
Really?
Yeah, I'd forgotten everything. Just everything. What's this way? Oh, this is where the first dragon was. I see.
Oh yeah, okay.
Timberlake or whatever.
So in Final Fantasy IV, you could find you'd find Chocobo in the forest.
Yeah.
They'd have like a forest where they all lived, and at the back of the forest there was this place that smelled like Chocobo, and if you had a carrot, you could use it, and the big Chocobo would appear,
Nice.
and it could store your items for you.
Oh, that's
There's a problem because like you had like limited inventory. I think you could store
Sure.
like 80 items in that game.
sure.
So
Doot,
it was
doot,
helpful. You like
doot,
store
doot.
another 80 items or so.
Which button was load again? And which button was save?
F2 to save.
F2 is save? Are you sure?
Yes.
100%
Yep.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Also, I
oof.
just saved as a backup.
Okay, we're good. I saved.
I guess we want to get to that door again.
Yeah, you're low on hit points.
Oh yeah.
Doo 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 doo.
Yeah, it does take a little longer. That's like two wheels at once. Anyhow, that's what Tarxic's emoji. Oh wait, you wouldn't be able to see it in your chat anyway.
No.
I'm realizing because it would just say like, "Cox feed me."
There's many layers of me not knowing what you're talking about. Ah, we're being...
It's a picture of a fat yellow bird.
You're low on health again. Do 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 do.
When I was in high school, as soon as I got a computer with the internet, like, I found like shareware tools for making MIDIs.
Yeah.
And like I used to download a lot of MIDI music. I remember like when Final Fantasy VII had not come out yet, Japanese fans had made MIDIs of some of the music from it.
Oh, that's
so I was
fun.
listening to those a lot. So I was familiar with the music of that game like in MIDI form long before it came out here, which is kind of weird.
That is strange.
That's not a thing that anyone would do these days, I think. But
no. Not how music propagates anymore. You're low on health.
But yeah, like nobody had the bandwidth. MP3s hadn't even really become a thing yet, and nobody had the bandwidth for that anyway.
Yeah.
But you'd have like 16 kilobytes for a MIDI of your favorite song.
Doable.
Yeah, we could download that.
Basically a player piano. Okay. We're gonna take this dragon out. Ha 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 ha, for I'm the dragon. I just knocked off the thing, it should fall to its death. It's only fair. That was weird. Did RAs or MPGs come first? I have no idea. Wasted. I've never heard of an RA. What's the RA? Real audio. Wow,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I had real audio clips of Final Fantasy VII's music.
I love the dragon and his attitude.
And they were terrible quality. Like, it
Yeah.
was like listening to the game over a phone, you know?
Real audio is the what you would name something that isn't real audio.
Actually, I guess since it was dial-up, I was literally listening to it over phone, but
I love
in a
this
digital
dragon.
sense.
I love this dragon. What a mood. This dragon's like, you want to play the video game?
I don't know if real audio technically came before MP3, but it came before MP3 was popular.
Sure.
But not long before it was popular.
Your dog died.
Like, it's all around the same time.
A lot of those technologies moved really fast those days, right? Oh man.
Do I at least get to do damage to it that way?
I don't think so. You're almost dead.
This is a real nuisance of a boss fight.
Yes, I'm incredibly enthusiastic about it. I'm almost dead. I like how of a pain in the ass this boss is. You can't even go fight it over there. He's just chilling off the side there. I haven't gotten to do anything in ages. Oh, you got wrecked. Chew. Sorry that. I got a bit of a cold. There's just a lot of rollback there. You only have 83 hit points also. Just as a FYI.
I wonder if I could, like, wait on the steps here and,
Just let the dog do the work.
I'm not allowed to attack it from here.
20 at least.
New strategy.
I did 319 and worth of dog damage.
I'll just heal us while you you do damage. Oh wait, where I can't pick up a dog.
Yeah, there's a rule against it in the rule book. Eat it. Dog power. Sounds like he's indigestion. $382. Good boy.
It's good teamwork.
Yeah. 320, I think.
So
Really
far,
fresh.
episodes. Yeah, a lot of stuff was using real audio, like in kind of like the early days of basically having enough bandwidth for media on the internet.
Yeah. Here we go again. Welcome. Welcome, bienvenue. There ain't no rules, or a dog can't play basketball. I had a project like the last semester I was in school, for my web class. We had to make a subscription service website for like food or whatever. And I used the Airbud defense because I made it a food subscription service for horses. The website was called Hey It's for Horses. You could order horse meals. And I used the Airbud defense, saying that there was nothing in the assignment brief that specified that the meals had to be for human beings.
Was that the same course where somebody got mad because they made an assignment based on like information from a website, and they had all these like requests and signups from your class that were
Yes.
nothing to do with their business?
Yeah, that was a different class, but that was was Barclay HQ. Barclay HQ was the name of of the website, and they were a software provider that provided point of sale and management software for dog groomers. And the school like had created this assignment where you had to, evaluate software for dog grooming companies and then offer like a suggestion to a pretend client. And there was something like 300 or 400 people taking this course. And so these poor, like 3-person software development team got flooded with hundreds of requests for software trials for free access.
I got the final hit in.
And they ended up taking my college to court and suing them for damages. You got the one last FU Fireball? Because
he doesn't want to see anybody get hurt.
wait, stop. Fun is fun, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt. So anyways, the fine folks at Barclay HQ took my school to court for damages over lost productivity for all the students who had signed up with bogus accounts, pretending to be dog groomers, looking for dog grooming software. Good times. My name is Gomi. I look like Tinkerman. Son, I'm a junk collector and a friend of the dragons. Well, we got bad news.
Is the dragon picking its teeth with a spear?
I don't know what it's doing. It's a good 2-frame animation, though. My latest attempt, the Great Gomi Tower, is going to be fabulous. You may ask, Gomi, why do you want to build such a tall tower? I haven't done that, but fine. Aren't you happy being on the ground? Being bound to the ground? Don't you think you can do something better with your time? That I say, no! I am a child of the sky, and I want to reach higher, like my friends the dragons. So, what brings you up to my structure? We heard that this is the best way to get to Ivor Tower. Oh, you don't want to go there. We went to the top of a tower to get to another tower. Checks out. That queen acts so nice and friendly. She does. Queen acts so nice and friendly. I can't advance the text. I'll tell you, Brad.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but she's really very mean and devious. That's why we're going there. My dog and I are trying to stop her from tearing apart the kingdom. Tinker told us you could show us the way. Tinker? Oh, sorry. Tinker, my brother. Why didn't you say that? He sent you. Of course I'll help. Here's the alchemical formula that I learned from my adventures in the clouds. I call it Lightning Storm. Very cool.
Oh, now I need to find room for another one.
Fireball.
Because we've got an item.
We don't use defend very often.
I use defend in every boss fight.
Oh, okay. It's a good looking chocobo. Yeah, I'm not a real voice actor, Tree Mosher. I'm just making silly sounds. I think that's one of the things that you do when you're a real voice actor is you remember the voice you did. They move around all the time. I think sometimes my Chugmander sounds more southern than others. Like the drawl comes out a bit. His vowels get longer.
Defend is the least.
I
don't need Lightning Storm for anything. Defend's better.
I would say that we didn't need our defense stat at all, Brad.
How do we get to Ivor Tower? Is your audio just? Can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
Sorry, I thought you were muted for a second.
I'm one of the good guys. Sterling, come here. Come on, Sterling. It was all in fun, eh? Remember that time Sterling bodied you off the side of the tower like 50 times? My friend Sterling will give us a ride. I'm a dragon. You're going to take us to our tower. Okay, Sterling? Oh, hop on. It's me, Sterling, the dragon. He just fucked right off. Oh, it's so good. See you later.
See you later.
Okay. Yeah. No, save. Save the game.
It.
Okay. You didn't open the menu.
I did.
Dog saves.
Okay, you can do it. See how it said Ira Tower Sewer?
You might win.
Because
Maybe I was
already had saved.
paying too much attention being a goof.
True.
2-1 halves.
I did it already.
Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's this maze again. Wait, is it poisoning us this time?
Yes. Excusez-moi. Thank you very much for visiting the old man. Found biscuit.
We stole his biscuit.
So Brad, you remember how we would always have this debate about whether or not you need to equip the items in order to beat the game? And I'd say that they're not important. They're just wasting your time. And you're like, no, it's totally vital. You remember those conversations?
Did you unequip all my stuff?
Yes, I did, and we still beat the boss anyways. We lost when we had the items on.
I was taking a lot of damage from, but we had a stupid strat for that boss, though. I mean, I don't doubt that you can. I mean, like, people make whole challenges out of doing things with minimal stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, I just wanted that noted for the record.
So we beat a boss without.
You never needed the gear. The gear was in your heart this whole time, Brad. I'll get you, you little pest, and that mangy cur too. Time to kill a doll or 3. This enemy, not gonna lie, this enemy looks lame.
Old Nick and Mephisto.
Do-do-do,
I don't know,
do-do-do.
I think they're kind of funny.
Okay.
Oh, so that's the king up there.
Yeah, he's a doddering old fool now.
Oh, good, the enemy teleports.
Yeah. He's a cheater. Cheating game. Was dead though. I'm almost dead too.
Maybe you should wear your collar.
No. I mean that is in keeping with a dog. Dogs don't really like wearing collars, right? Dogs always take the collar off. Oh hi.
Usually the dogs are incapable of taking the collar off.
I don't know. Sometimes they get that paw up there and they slip it off their head. How's it going, Bunny Hearted? Welcome, bienvenue, bonjour.
Hi, Buddy Heart. How's it going?
211. That's what you got to call in order to get some help from the city of Toronto. There's more puppets. Why aren't you setting them on fire? I think.
Want me to set them on fire?
Yeah, puppets are usually made of things that hate fire. No good. I just once and for all proved that you don't need items in a game like this. Scientifically. I'm dead also. Elamugus. Oh, Chugmander. Lord of the realm. Your Amugus needs you.
Will you put your collar back on, please?
After this fight, I'm too busy owning noobs. Look at that kick. That was like a frame 1 kick.
Uh-oh. My audio's suddenly gone funny.
Like haha funny or?
Like it's all scratchy. Oh.
I remember this face.
It's the face.
Is it all
hang on a
scratchy or is it all itchy?
Give me a moment.
Okay. I'll give you as much time as you need. Hi, everybody. It's me, Liam. Brad's having audio problems right now. Wait, he's bouncing on the back of a chair? Yeah, he's an old cooter. He's an old fool now. Does it sound better?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Did you hear anything weird during that whole thing, or was it just me hearing it?
It sounded fine to me. Maybe it was just your monitoring and not
some-
your streaming.
Yeah, sometimes the output gets
Tarsik
bad.
says that he doesn't have any game audio from you now.
No game audio. Well, the game's paused.
Okay.
Or wait, is the game not paused?
It wasn't for me, but... Boo doo doo doo.
Okay, so this.
Doo 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 doo.
Yeah, I don't hear the audio
Doo doo
either.
doo doo. Doo doo doo.
I think I have to restart RetroArch unless it can let me refresh my.
We were just in a menu, but
Device. What a useless menu. Why can't I select devices? I have to type in its name.
Pod, the audio interface. Hi, folks. It's me, Liam, here. While Brad's resolving his audio issues, I'd just like to take a moment to chat with you about how your summer's been going. It's almost July. Oh, Brad's back. Okay. Do you have audio now?
Okay. So, I'm gonna save state, and then I think I have to restart RetroArch. So I've disconnected. I'll come back in just a moment.
Okay. How's everybody's June been? People looking forward to a good July? Anything fun planned?
Hoping I can schedule a second vaccination.
Oh yeah, they're doing that these days. You hear about people who are turning their nose up at the Moderna vaccine. I find that funny.
Oh, it's not letting me connect.
Did I change the secret password?
No, it's not connecting.
Yeah, it was fine on my end. Well, it wouldn't be playing with the emulator.
Did I mute Liam too? Oh.
Did I mute everything?
Sorry.
Did I not?
I didn't intentionally mute Liam. Hang on.
It would not be an emulator netplay session
Okay.
if there wasn't some sort of technical mishap, right?
Yeah, I can't connect to you. I think you need to restart RetroArch or restart hosting or something. One of those. I did take a save state right before we quit, so.
Started netplay. Try joining now. The password is 25. The secret password.
That's not really our password. He just says that.
It's 25. Put in a winky face so everyone knows it's the secret. 25, as in 25. 2 5. Hooray!
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, I've got audio again.
You figured out the password. You got gameplay again. We all good?
Right, everything's back.
Sick. Congratulations. Resume.
Muting Liam for a moment. I think you were saying something about how has our June been?
Oh yeah, I was just vamping. I was just playing for time, baby. You know how we do here in the show.
Turning up their nose at Moderna? I hadn't heard of.
Oh yeah, people are vaccine shopping or whatever. It's interesting. Clearly, they're time travelers.
Mongola.
Mongola
back there.
Who knows?
Are the puppets just going to come back forever? Is that the deal with this fight? Is that why they were easy to kill?
I don't know. Oh yeah, it looks like you can fight the face. Okay, I can dog the face. So that's what I'll do. Throw fireballs at people. Jeez. Get rid of these jokers. There you go. I did 478 dog damage. I died again. Puppy wants a biscuit.
Here, you can have a magic biscuit.
Magic biscuit.
Corrosion.
Yeah, I guess these people are time travelers. They've come from the future, when after all the vaccine efficacy studies have been completed, and they know which one is best. Because they're doctor scientists. From the world of tomorrow!
Oh, the other day, okay. I was wondering if that would happen or not.
And it
I was
did.
trying to get rid of Mephisto because it keeps healing Mongola.
Yeah. How much does it heal? We don't know.
But if we get rid of both, they both come back. It heals about 70.
549. I'm dead. These guys
Maybe
hit?
consider a collar.
No, I'm a dog. Woof, woof, woof.
I mean, yeah, we could beat the fight. It's just you die a lot more often.
It's fair. Fair.
You know what I mean?
I think so. What vaccine did you get, Brad?
I believe it was Pfizer.
Nice. I got Sputnik 5.
But really, what I got, what I showed up for,
Yeah.
which was not guaranteed. I just showed up and they had what they had. But
Vaccine juice.
okay. I need to. Let's try the super heal. But I noticed, like, the other day they opened up, like, rescheduling your second vaccine appointment.
Yeah.
And they put the eligibility for people who had their thing for 1 day before I got mine.
Oh, that's funny. That's
So I'm waiting for that date to move, which I guess it will eventually, but
good news is that
it's funny.
so long as some people are getting vaccinated, the situation gets better for you as well, right?
Yeah.
Look at that king. He's vibing. King's vibing. He's into it. This is all part of the show for him, right? He doesn't know better.
He loves the puppets.
He's into it. 450. I wonder what the math is underneath the hood.
Wait, that's Mephisto?
I don't know, baby. Could be
I didn't
anything.
realize Mephisto was the red one with the red horns.
Aha. Oh, he apparently healed him when he was dead, so. Oh, I can charge my attack while doing sniffers. That's fun.
Is that it?
Who knows?
Seems like it's stopped. Oh, he's gonna blow up.
Whole building explodes.
So that plot thing about the missing giant head took a long time to resolve.
Yeah, it was dumb, but here we are. I don't even understand what the plot was.
That I might give you your just reward. Take this little man for what you have done.
He's got a gun.
She just like did a flying leap at us, death from above.
Weird.
Oh wow, she's falling through the floors.
She's pancaking because of the accumulated structural load. Every time she goes through a floor, it gets worse, right?
Look, a gear. Beginning to think the queen was no lady.
The robot.
Was she a robot?
Here, lad. Take this for your troubles. 10,000 smackaroos. Follow me. I think Her Majesty has damaged the foundation. There you go.
So was that just suggesting she was a robot?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the
Are all the
vibe.
evil twins robots?
Let's hope. Because otherwise we killed the little girl. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, did we? I didn't think we.
If
any of the other
Fire Eyes' twin died in a volcano.
Oh,
I'm hoping she's a robot.
everybody's gone. They must
Is that
have
a-
all gone back to Evan Keep.
Otherwise
Gotta go.
we deep 6 to 9-year-olds.
Should we chase this guy? What's going on?
He's just gonna teleport. Yeah, he just disappeared.
Now what? Okay, so this town is empty now.
Yeah, and now when we go back to Ivory or Every or Ebony? I don't know. Whatever it's named.
Could we just wait? Maybe we can go. Because we were supposed to go back there, right?
Yeah. F2 is save, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I always
get to
dope
the
myself.
Chessboard? Maybe the chessboard's open now.
Yeah, man. Want to play some rounds? Do you
Rounds
have
of what? Oh,
chess? Do you have a favorite opening?
Do you play chess?
Not so much anymore. I used to teach it actually.
I actually like whenever I'm sitting around doing nothing, I play chess puzzles.
Oh, that's fun. I wouldn't say I'm a good chess player, in particular. I think I have a very strong understanding of the fundamentals and like how to play, but I'm just like so out of practice in terms of like actually playing that I'm not a good opponent. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a very good player, but I know the rules and I can play.
Yeah. You gotta
get down there.
You gotta.
Do we have to go in the hole?
Looks like I better get out of here because this was boring. You gotta spend 3 mana in order to move your queen, that kind of stuff. We all love chess. We've been here before.
First, how do we get down there? Oh, it must be on the floor below.
Or we could jump like we're the queen. Queen did it, must be safe. You never get to see the whole palace complex, eh? These dinguses we hate.
So, I'm wondering if we can just cross the chessboard now. Because before we couldn't go to the left here, and now... And then even more before, we couldn't go to the right.
It's fair.
Stupid enemy.
Best enemy ever. I remember when I taught people chess, I would always call them castles and horses. And if anybody corrected me, I would switch to calling them towers and ponies. Good times.
I'm trapped. Oh, there we go.
I opened that. I forget what was in it. But yeah, there's nothing quite like teaching somebody how to play chess, having them correct you on the names of the pieces, calling them something even stupider than you were calling them before, and then beating the pants off them. That's a feeling, you know what I mean?
Where are we going here? So we wanted to get back to Tinker, right?
Yeah.
We've done the job.
Now we want a reward. So he's old now.
Oh, the boy's old now.
Weird.
That's interesting. Okay, so I feel like that wasn't a bug that he keeps becoming old and boy.
Is it? The right. Eventually.
I'm going with intentional on that one.
Okay. Cutscene?
I'm stuck.
Cutscene? That was weird. Yeah, I love how the game made such a big deal of the dog not going up and down stairs, and then for the rest of the game, literally all you do is climb stairs as the dog.
I don't think there was anything going on in that particular scene that makes sense that the dog would need to be prevented from going up there either. It was like a thing they thought was going to happen. Wait, what's this?
Our gun, our rocket, it's our engine, a rocket engine.
Are we going to go to the moon like Cecil?
We gotta have that moon shot. Yeah, where are you, buddy? He said when he was younger,
to, the Queen's area.
He was working on a formula when he was older. Jeez, who would do such a thing?
When he was young, he said he was working on a formula to become older? Oh, I didn't realize he said something different. I'm
the queen. Oh, you brave,
little
boy.
boy. Thanks to you, the kingdom is once again filled with happiness and hope. Well, that's it?
Yeah.
We were in for more. Where's Tinker?
I wouldn't say it's filled with happiness. Hope I'll give you. Happiness? I don't know.
Where's Tinker?
Could use a sweeping for sure.
What's off to the right?
Tinker? Yeah.
Ah,
Every good RPG needs a flying machine. Every good RPG needs an airship. Hi, Chuckmander. Ah, that's some contraption you got there. This invention of mine has allowed me to see the lands beyond our kingdom. It's quite exciting. We've seen a lot of this world too, but we're really interested in going to the space station. Then we can find our way home. Letting me mash through the text, eh? It's funny. Ah yes, I should think of a solution for you. Now that I've mastered flight with my Wind Waker, I'm ready for bigger challenges. I think I can send you into space. But there are some things I need first. Fetch quest. Not long ago, a volcano erupted on the plateau to the north. I know, we were there. Then you must have seen the machine at the core of the volcano. I saw pieces of it on the ground surrounding the volcano when I flew by. I want you to bring me Fire Eyes' twin sister's dead body, and there are 2 pieces that I need for my new invention. There's a valve wheel and a round pressure gauge. That sounds reasonable. And we'll need an energy source too. When the statue in the city in the east exploded, there were 2 jewels that acted as catalysts. That's right, the diamond eyes of the dog statue. Well then, you know what... Oh, sorry. Well then, you know exactly what I'm after. When you can bring me those items, you'll be able to complete my new invention and send you into space. You can take my Wind Walker on your journey. Ooh. That sounds awesome. It can land wherever there is one of these special fire pits. There you go. There you go, Brad. Paint it off.
Exploded.
Everything explodes. Just look for the new light. Visit me in my lab when you have all the items. I'll use them to complete my invention and send you into space.
So we need 2 things from the volcano and 2 things from the...
Shotgun.
and 2 things from the... I guess the diamond. So this always reminded me... You ever seen the cover of Yes album, Fragile?
No, but...
The flying machine reminded me of... on the cover of that album, there's kind of like a flying machine going over a green and blue earth.
That's cool. This reminds me of the cover of Mode 7 magazine. Look at this thing. There's got to be there's got to be a fire thing, right?
Okay, so we can do overhead view.
Can you do a barrel roll?
First person view. I've reached the top. It kind of... Oh, okay. Are you pressing stuff?
Yeah, I was pressing buttons.
Oh, we got a map.
Can I control it too? Yes, I can. How do I fire the missiles? This is confusing if we're both doing it. There looks like there's another little red dot showing us where we're looking.
Yeah. So I remember getting to the map for this game, and it's always a wonderful moment when you get an airship and you can go everywhere. But in this game, you can't go anywhere new, and the world is kind of small.
I have no idea what I just did.
You landed on one of the glowing dots.
Oh.
It's the fire.
Did I take us to where we need to be?
No, I don't think so. We're back at the village.
Didn't we need to go to the volcano? Slow fast travel? Funny.
I think there's a closer one.
Okay. I honestly did this as a complete accident. I was just mashing the button.
This is good though. We should probably go to the village and stock up on the things.
They have the snacks we like.
I actually wanted to go back to Cecil and see if he sells anything. Oh, let's go. I see. We can talk to Fire Eyes. Maybe she'll know what's going on.
Hi, Chugmander.
Hi, Chuck Mander.
Sorry, you. Maestro, take it away.
You look like you've been through a lot.
That's for sure.
Strongheart told me that he saw you riding on the back of a giant bird.
Actually, that's a flying machine. My friend Tinkerbox made it.
You know of other people in this world.
Yeah. And two of them are from Podunk, Horse and Camellia. Always hard to tell.
Interesting. I know them. They were part of the experiment. The only one that's not accounted for is my grandfather. I wonder where he could be.
I think he might be in some sort of strange space station. And Tinker's gonna help me and Amogus get there. That might be our only way back to Podunk. Now, we're on a mission to find items that the Tinker needs in order to get into space. Two of the items are parts of a big machine that was at the heart of the volcano.
When the volcano blew, most of the debris landed on the slope and in the bug muck. Those places would be good places for you to search.
Okay.
Bug muck. Okay.
Thanks for the advice.
This was where to go.
By the way, when you were in that experiment, was anybody else there besides you, Horace, Camellia, and your grandfather? Because someone is causing a lot of trouble around here. That person might have had something to do with that experiment.
That's an interesting theory. No one else was there. No one except for the butler?
Dum dum dum.
But he was just a robot, programmed to clean the house and serve guests.
Well, we're going to get to the bottom of this when we get to the space station.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Let me know if you find a passage back to Podunk. I miss the place.
I'm a dog. Getting airship in FF was always amazing. So many new items, so many new places. Yeah, but can the airship in a Final Fantasy game ever match the excitement of getting the magic canoe in a Final Fantasy VII game or in a Final Fantasy game? Right? That magic canoe feeling. The world just opens up.
Where's the hut of the person who sold stuff? I just realized
I think
we
up
don't
in
have any.
up in center. Like in the top rank of huts, I think there's 3 and it's the middle one.
Strongheart's developed a new formula. Oh, I don't have any money because
Yeah. We traded it all in.
Volcano Land. Okay, you want to go to Bugheart?
Yeah, let's
Or
do
wait,
it.
where does Strongheart live? Does he live like south of the town?
Top left, I think, in a clearing. But I don't exactly remember.
I thought he lived like outside of town. I can't remember.
He lives on the bad side of town. They say that the south side of Volcano Town is the baddest part.
So what did you say? She said in the bug muck and on the slopes? What are the slopes? The slopes of volcano?
No,
Bug muck I remember was to the east, right?
we're on our backtrack adventure. Yeah, Bugmuck is over there on the right hand side. It's
At least everything's a one-hit kill now.
in the video game East. Well, the south side of the Bugmuck is the baddest part of town. And whenever you're there, you better beware of a man named... What's his name, Brad?
Leroy Brown?
Yeah. He was a gambler. Apparently he had a custom Continental. I also heard that he had an Eldorado, too. He had a 26 gun in his pocket for fun. And a razor in his shoe. He's bad. I don't know. Who has a 26 gun in their pocket for fun? Would you hang out with someone like that, Brad?
I don't really like hanging around guns.
They're dangerous. When there's guns around, people get shot. So the rules.
Kind of
But
intimidating.
there's a pumpkin over there.
Oh, this is him. Okay.
Hello, friend. I study alchemy. It's
alchemy.
very powerful. Alchemy? You're not strong-heart, are you?
I know him. I saw him only a few days ago. He's walking toward the big buck.
Oh, God.
If you're going after him, you should have another formula. Take a little of this and that and poof. I think we were supposed to talk to this guy, Hardball.
Oddball.
I think we were supposed to talk to this guy like way at the beginning of the game.
Target gets beamed. Can we start beaning people? I'm really in. Oh, come on. I want to bean people. I'll put my collar on if you bean people. How's that for a compromise?
Okay.
I finally found something worth it to me.
Okay, fine. I'll replace Fireball
with Beantown. Or Levitate, you know.
What's it called?
Hardball. Target gets beaned. Good on my word.
So I think we were supposed to come in here like at the beginning of the game and we just didn't.
That sounds like us.
Might be after that time when we like crashed and then like
Said F it. Get through this.
we're just kind of running.
Yeah. Cool though. What is geese?
That's uncuttable brambles.
How uncouth. They're in Castlevania.
Castlevania, what?
The bone dragons in Castlevania. They're like iconic enemy.
Oh.
Bone dragon. That was my nickname in high school.
Okay, here's my prediction, because I can't remember what's going to happen, but I bet we're going to find one of the pieces exactly where that Thrax boss was.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight it.
Fight a green version of Thrax or something like that.
I'm into it. Let's do it. Or, yeah, I'd also allow just some recolor of something, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a boss we've already seen recolored. That's my prediction. Oh, we got to ride the slide of shame because we didn't predict the path.
Yeah.
We didn't remember from months ago when we were here before.
Yeah, it feels real.
I guess it has been like more than a month since we were here.
Were we ever so young, Brad? We were but children. They were no longer little girls, they were little women. Good book.
I suppose.
Some classic feminist
Some-
literature.
I've never read that one.
Good read.
Should.
It's an easy reader, right? Because it was written as a sort of a YA novel before there were YA novels, right?
Uh-huh.
It was meant, I don't know necessarily for like a young audience, but it was written to be accessible, right? So it's an easy read.
Yeah.
The real page turner. It's good. Good characters. Very relatable inner emotional life. Good stuff. There was a recent film adaptation as well that I thought was pretty good. A lot of it's definitely one of those books that would like it's so beloved and the characters are so well known that like a lot of times when people do adaptations of it, they're tempted to like put too much in.
Yeah.
And this adaptation definitely was guilty of that at times, but overall it was very watchable, very enjoyable. Didn't waste your time. I forget what it was. I think Emma Stone was in it. Anyways, yeah, I recommend it. I don't know if you're
That's one of those things where like, well, more than once in my lifetime, a film adaptation has come out of it, but it's always been like I should read the book first, and then I don't see the film, kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
It's kind of like Anne of Green Gables, right? Like it's this, thing that you don't have to pay for the rights to. Lucy,
Yeah, that's true.
Lucy Maud Montgomery, beloved feminist author. Anne of Green Gables is good too.
Is 2 for 2 in what? What does that mean?
In Canadian hockey competition. It's the Montreal Canadiens against the Golden Knights.
Sneaky bug.
Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, the Anne of Green Gables books are really worth reading too. Same thing, right? They're page turners. And a New Moon. They're written in a very readable style.
Oh, those I remember reading when I was really young.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Good old Anne. Funky little redhead. She's not going to be told what to do. She's got an independent spirit. She's smart and she knows it.
Oh, I see. Now we're up above.
Someone should make incredibly violent video game adaptation of Anne of Green Gables. It's purple.
Oh,
You were wrong. You said
exactly
green.
right.
It's purple. No points. Awarded
It's
0 points.
Almost as if I've played this game before, but I didn't remember this moment or anything. Like
This was
I did
pretty.
not remember this quest.
This was not a.
But
I'm not discounting the fact that you called this one for sure, but this was a pretty. Wasn't exactly an act of divine foresight. This one, we all
that's
saw
right.
coming.
You can go inside and just rail on it, can't you?
Yeah. And
I
push it.
I get hit back, but not you.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to see some hardballs.
Yeah.
Coleoptera. I beamed it for 9 damage.
Great work. Keep it up, young man. He throws a curveball. You got it for 73. That's not bad.
Oh, I guess the 9 damage was to you.
Yeah.
Is that lightning what our heal spell looks like now?
Don't know. I think the enemy has a lightning spell. 547 damage is a big hit, baby. I think no. I think you got hit by storm. You won't survive another storm, also. Is that a little heads up there? Dudes hate it. It is not spawning little enemies, it's true. Purple monsters aren't like that. It's sort of more of a red monster behavior, spawning extra enemies. 619? That's a big hit. Seven. 725, I think it was. Oh no, I got knocked. I'm also almost dead. Doom 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 doom. Hooray! Great work, Chugmander. It's still not dead yet, though.
Oh. Its arms exploded.
That happened last time. Hey man, at least we got to use this box art again, right? There you go. Great work.
What's that?
I don't know. GG no re. Get wrecked. Found a wheel.
There's a wheel in there.
Weird.
That didn't look like a wheel.
Sure didn't. GG no re. Get wrecked. Sucks to lose.
No, it.
You don't like losing.
Forward?
Try not being so bad all the time.
Oh, right. We need to get to the slopes of the volcano. Is that the other place we had to go?
Yeah, something like that. Slopes of the pumpkin. Popes of the slumpkin. I wonder if becoming a different type of dog is painful for Amogus.
I don't know. And we never saw, like, a transformation, eh?
Yeah, I mean, not that I know anything about time traveling dog logic. But I would have assumed that dude would have just stayed a poodle, right? But whatever.
Doodle poodle?
Doodle poodle? This is doodle poodle speaking.
Okay, so this went back to the village? Oh, no, this is our...
Their flying machine.
This went to the... Oh, no, I just found some oil.
Couldn't tell you.
I didn't mean to get in there.
Maybe I accidentally did it. Man, it's a VTOL aircraft. You better watch out. Those things are dangerous.
But hang on, I want to see where else... Oh, look, you can see the big bug. That's neat.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so there's the village. Oh, I see. So I could, like, face north and see...
Yeah.
There's the Bugmug Swamp. There's the village.
There's the volcano.
Okay, so there's two places to land. There's another place up there.
Yeah, try that one.
Hang on, I wanted to see. So they don't have like a world map like they did in Evermore. Okay, so there's.
You mean
there's
Mana?
the two castles. Yeah, but Secret of Mana had a much bigger world. I don't remember that whole, or is that the well that we came out of initially, or?
Could be anything. Chessboard.
So here's that forest.
The chessboard did not have that many squares in real when we visited it. An affectation.
Like a normal number of chessboard squares.
Yeah, but it didn't when we were there.
Did it not? The TV commercial has dog transformation art. I see. Oh no!
Oh, sorry.
taking us
Sorry.
on an adventure.
I was
I'm
just
just trying to look at all the places in the world. Okay, so we got the desert, so we can go there anytime we want. Oh, and there's the big hole we exploded.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's the Colosseum. The Circus Maximus.
I'm trying to think. Like it was the. Okay, so the desert's the north. So it was the east end of town that was where the dog was. Northwest? I don't know. I'm just trying to see if there's like any points of interest that we haven't been to. Like there's a couple of islands and stuff, but I don't think we can go to them.
Don't know.
Okay, so we wanted to go to the volcano top.
It's behind you.
Which I guess is right about here.
Looks about right. Looks good to me.
Oh, there's like one of those diamond dog statues.
Maybe he got thrown this far.
Oh, the plants are red instead of purple.
Yeah, we had this discussion before. The red ones will like eat you. Fucking.
Wait, where were we? Were we not?
Hey, James.
This is the swamp. Where were we before?
I don't know, but this could be a new area. Could you get a
We were
kettle
like
on
in a
that
bug
stove?
graveyard. What's that?
James Head Smith wants to know if we can get a kettle on the stove. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Which stove? What?
I don't know. Maybe
Ramen from Secret of Mana?
the stove on the back of the flying machine, maybe? I think there might be an item you can find. Find item. Find item.
Oh, like there's... Oh, you're saying...
Yeah.
Some oil.
Gonna be helpful.
Rami's the character you play as in Secret of Mana?
What do we name him? Just like Butt or something?
I was used to Randy being the main character's name.
Maybe it's Rami in Japanese or something?
Well, no, in the US version, there is no default name.
Oh. Is it Randall?
In Japanese, I thought it was, yeah, Randy, Popoi, and, what was the girl's name?
Right?
Blanking on it, but...
Lanka? I remember how slow this dog is. OG dog is real slow. How you doing, James? Welcome. Bienvenue.
But yeah, this game was definitely like taking off on Secret of Mana. Okay, where am I going?
I have no clue. I'm just following you. A raptor. Okay. The beasts are in these parts are very dangerous.
Oh, I was hoping for alchemy.
Prim is the girl.
Prim, that's right.
Dialect, I remember that guy. Doofus. Doesn't he end up being like possessed by the devil or something? He becomes like a horrible monster and dies. Dialect sucks.
Possessed by? In what?
Dialect in Secret of Mana. He's like he's the boyfriend, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he gets possessed by the weird dude.
Yeah, he gives up his body in some form.
He comes
I don't think you like see him die. You just kind of, oh, Night Basher. It's called a Night Basher.
Yeah, the axe that we got from Tinkerbox or whatever his name is. You hate that guy? What did Dialect ever do to you? That's what I want to know. The worst NPC.
The worst NPC. Why is he the worst NPC?
Do
we have to do this maze again?
Hopefully. I feel like the vibe here is we have to play the entire game again. You don't see him change ever. That's like real life. Where your friend has a dumb boyfriend and you just don't understand what he or she sees in them.
I kind of like the subversion of the trope where, like...
She's practical and capable and useful.
She has her own reason for doing things and she isn't, like, there to prop up the other character, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, she already had a boyfriend and, like, that's kind of a big part of what she's doing in the game.
Plenty of my friends have boyfriends who are incompetent.
Maybe over here? There we go.
I thought that was like a theme.
Do that?
In amongst boyfriends.
I was waiting for dog to catch up. If only we could, like, just take our flying machine to the top of the volcano.
Pish posh. Just bail out the side. I get it. Yeah, you don't have to like him. I thought he was funny. I think he's more of a comic relief character. It really bugged me. You don't need dialect stealing the show, right? Do 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 do. I think we did establish that as a rule, the pads always send you up, and the caves always send you down.
I would say that the most of the characters in the game like didn't get much dialogue. They fleshed it out a lot more in the remake, which I appreciated a lot.
Was there a character named Posey in the game? Oh no, I'm thinking of
No.
Ring Fit Adventure. En français, the name of like the character in Ring Fit Adventure is Posey, which is a cute pun on the name of a flower, and like posing, and the name
How do we?
Posey.
What way have we not gone?
Tata, there's a character. I don't remember Tata. I remember Dialect.
Tata and the frog. Oh,
Oh. I don't know what's happening. I guess there
just
isn't
went
a,
over the volcano.
there isn't a boss for us to fight, so here we are.
Hey, remember when we wondered about this thing? Oh, where's the thing we needed?
It was filled with gauges this whole time. That's cool.
Okay, we didn't even have to fight a boss.
Do 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 do. My favorite character from Chrono Trigger is Lavos. Is there a game where Lavos is playable? There's an idea for a remake. Is you remake Chrono Trigger from Lavos' perspective? I'd play that.
So you're born, you consume the world.
Then you go to the next one. You're flying through space. Apparently there's gonna be stages, right? You don't just like one day consume the entire world, right? Because there's different heroes throughout different time periods who try to deal with you in different ways in Chrono Trigger, right? Like Magus tries to fight you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lavos on. Okay, here's another idea. Instead of Mario Kart, it's Lavos Kart, and you ride a hover bike. What do you think? Green light? What's my funding, Brad? How much do I get to make Lavos Kart? We'll have all the gang there.
You get gentle encouragement.
I can't live off that.
So I want to go back to town, see if I can buy some more alchemy stuff. Where did that guy live?
Top left of the village.
Hang on.
Okay, if it's top left of the village, you have to give me enough funding to make Lavos Kart. Lavos Ozzy.
Strong heart.
At first, ragu or whatever he says. What does the guy in the behind the organ say in Chrono Trigger? It's not ragu, but it's something equally silly.
What did you say about Ragu? What?
You know, remember the guy, the boss behind the organ in the church in Chrono Trigger, like one of the first bosses you fight? There's all the nuns that turn out to be like Nagis or whatever.
The Nagaets?
Yeah, Nagets. And then there's the weird, I don't know even what kind of animal. I don't even know what he was shaped like, but
Wait,
some sort of boss. Yeah, it's down to the left. Anyways, he says something funny when he attacks. Or he has like a move that heals himself, and he says something really funny. I forget what it is now, though. God, it's been a long time since I played Chrono Trigger. Zigga-da-doon, zigga-da-doon, zigga-da-doon-da-doon, zigga-da-doon, zigga-da-doon, zigga-da-doon-da-doon.
No, wait, that's going up to the thing?
Yeah, I think it's this way. And if I recall, it's top left. This is a clearing. Oh, you gotta go this
Top
way.
left.
Gotta go around and up. This way, yeah. I think he was up there. I don't know. Blizzard. I think he was here.
Armor.
I think he's just over here now. Oh, wrong way. I could be wrong, but I think he's here. Okay. I was wrong. I apologize. First I was afraid. I have no idea where he is. One of these huts?
I don't know.
Nice. Maybe.
Oh, they say different things now.
Yeah. If anybody can remember what the boss in Chrono Trigger says, let me know. It tickles me. The bridge? Oh man, that bridge. Beautiful backgrounds. Cat's got your tongue. Do 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 dee 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 da 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 do 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 dee dee da. What a good game. You know how there's like a bunch of stuff that like never lives up to the hype? There's like things that people say are amazing, and then the things that they say about them could just you should save. You should like actually save.
Didn't I save?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
This time I wasn't crazy. I think that I think Chrono Trigger is one of those things that like does actually live up to the hype. Like it's every bit as good as people say it is. It's such a good game. Oh baby.
Oh, okay. So he's not in town.
Heard Lulu's back in town. You heard about Margie. Is that the dog?
So I'm just trying to figure out where in the world to find merchants. Southern jungle. He's in the southern jungle. How do we get to the southern jungle?
Go south?
Okay, so he's south of town.
Probably gotta go this way.
Somewhere.
I think you can get down that way. Yeah. There's a southern exit. Yeah, exactly. There's 1 unit of water in an entire lake. You gotta balance the game, I guess. They're worried that people would be able to.
Where is he in the southern jungle? How do we find him down here?
Welcome to the jungle, Brad.
Oh. Because basically, like, we haven't been able to restock on roots in a while. Where'd you go?
We got fun and games. We got everything you want in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Where's the guy?
I think this is the very starting area of the game. This is like when you first get gameplay. What do you think the time to first crate score is for this game? Does this gourd count as a crate? Did we talk about this when we started?
I don't know, but there were crates in the abandoned mansion, I think. Maybe.
You have to be able to open them in order for them to count. For
really?
PDFC, yeah.
I didn't think that was a requirement.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a different category. I feel like you have to be able to open them. But
hey, Vigratech, do you remember where to find Strongheart?
we've not been up here.
Been here. Or I guess we have, but we had so many petals it didn't matter.
Yeah.
The guide I read said southern jungle. Can't carry. Except the consistent ash.
Yeah.
Ah, here we are.
Ah, yes. Jugmando. Good job.
Took another trip to the bug muck after the volcano blew. Some of the debris from the volcano landed there. New formula. Okay. Miracle cure?
Recovers states and HP.
Okay, so it's sort of like cure, but
more.
One.
I don't know. I don't think we need it.
Okay, so I guess we can drop this one and get this one.
Yeah. Clears up another space for the status one. We don't really get status.
Give me all the roots.
The roots are on fire. We don't need no water. Let that mother burn.
I want some limestone. I think we should be able to get some in the other Antiqua or whatever it's called.
Barbuda.
Alright.
2 neighboring island nations.
So that's what I was looking at. He is out of the way. Wow.
Well, you know, he's out here developing his alchemical formulae. He doesn't want to be bothered. He values privacy. Rent's cheap, right? I know all you are always getting down on the jungle, but this is what $600 a month gets you in the middle of the jungle.
Let's check in with Fire Eyes before we leave. Thanks for all your help. Let me know if you... Oh. She doesn't say anything new.
Just thankful for our help, though.
Okay. So where was the thing? Over here?
Yeah. I forget where exactly, but I think it's up from here. Oh, there's a corpse in the way. Plant corpse.
Talons. Alright, we hop in the
Bermuda, Bahamas. Come on, pretty mama, to Antigua, Jamaica. Girl, I want to take you.
Or wait, where's the big site? That's where Horace is? I think that's where we wanted to see Horace, right?
Baby, why don't we go?
Oh, it must be over here. I see.
To the Kokomos. I think that's the pirate tin right there. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, so this is, here's the pyramid.
Yeah.
This must be the dig site, and then this is the
temple or whatever.
Colosseo.
Yeah, so I think that
Colosseum. It was like
Colossia or something. But I think that other pit that you found was the closest you can get.
Yeah.
This scene has music.
True.
The bass line is not nearly as funky as it could be.
Yeah, this game has a bunch of really nice music in it, and it's like so it gets spaced out a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of reminds me. There's some like older video games where it happens where you get like music every once in a while, and then there's a lot of silence and sound effects.
Yeah.
And it just like comes in at points in this story. Oh, this is where what's his name was, right? Bugmuck guy, Blimp.
Yeah, face guy.
Oh, that's not what I want.
We only have 85 gems though. Yeah.
Oh.
We only have 85. We can go commit some murders and come back, right?
Well, we've got stuff to do here. We gotta go find Horace.
Yeah, I'm just saying we can go fight. We're gonna kill people on our way over, right?
Why are you flashing, dog?
I got confounded. Yeah, I did. I apologize.
I think this is my favorite version of Amogus.
So far, me too. He moves fast, which I like.
Alright, do you think these pirates have anything new to say? I'm guessing no.
The hell with them. They're dummies. That's why I want to take you to the Kokomos. We'll get there fast.
Oh,
and
remember
then we'll
that
take it.
underground place by the pyramid that we couldn't get into before?
Yeah, we can probably axe our way in now. That's where you wanna go.
Wait.
Way down to Kokomo.
The thing is gone.
Yeah. Do we have to go around now? Hey, you saved us. Oh, good job.
Please take this double drain for. Why didn't he give us that before?
He just wanted.
Oh.
He was saving it for.
Okay, I'm gonna tap out so that you can jump across the bridge.
Okay. Me, baby. Dog, dog.
Work.
Dog, 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 dog. Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, it actually worked like
Properly.
intended this time. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm back.
It was weird. Oh, moonwalking doggy. I'm into it. All I'm saying is that after we deal with all this nonsense, we're probably gonna have 2 jewels kicking around. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna buy some more limestone.
Yeah.
Okay, so which boss is gonna come back in different color?
I don't remember who we fought, so I think one of them was just like a super powerful wizard guy for no good reason. Oh, you have the camera here.
Oh, well, that's not gonna be a boss that returns, though. Well, I guess there was in the pyramid, there was like, how to describe that thing?
Don't really remember.
There's like this rotating sculpture. Oh, I can finally use Revealer again.
We got a use for it.
Or wait, no, it'd be faster just to jump in the pit. Because we're going to the
No.
Horus.
Didn't he leave here?
Oh, did he leave?
Yeah, I forget where he
would
went.
he be? Did he go to Antiqua?
I don't know. I forget where he says he goes, but he says he leaves.
Do you think we should check out that pyramid place?
Yeah, we can look. We're also
Should we go?
we're coming up on time too, right?
Oh. Well, maybe we should just head to Antiqua.
Okay, let's do it.
And I think that's what that place is called. The like ancient Romy place.
Don't quite remember, but
Or
yeah, I mean-
Nobilia. It's called Nobilia. This like area of Evermore is called Antiqua.
Mm-hmm.
Nobilia is the name of the place.
Damn
Just
you.
remembered.
We can fly there, right?
Oh, we could have just gone down this path instead of like jump into the pit.
Potentially.
Funny. Wow, he does 0 damage now. Still stuns, but 0 damage.
What a chump. What a chump. Key Largo, Montego. Are you a Beach Boys fan?
I don't know. My parents had one of their greatest hits albums that I heard a lot of when I was a kid.
Yeah. Dog, dog, dog.
So I feel like I listened to Pet Sounds once, and there was like a lot more to it that I expected from just like knowing their singles.
Sure. That's the one, right? The one everybody talks about as being the big you gotta hear it album.
Okay, so we're off to the north. Don't need those amulets of annihilation anymore.
Yeah.
What is an amulet of annihilation? I like how it has like such a sinister name, and its use is like people just
Basically.
like trade it for
Like a TGC token. The
like it's a weird form of money in this game.
yeah. I mean, I know it from like the Tomb of Horrors adventure for the
What's
for
this? Is it
dungeons.
Is this bird one of the things we got to pick up? No.
Hope so.
I used to protect the sacred dog statue. Now I protect this big hole. Very good.
I'm into it. I know the Amulet of Annihilation is being like some loot from the Tomb of Horrors adventure, where when you put it on, it kills your character. You know, it's a greed trap.
In which? Say that again. What
the Tomb of Horrors adventure in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
Where it's this adventure that's like famous for being so difficult or whatever, right? And it's this a greed trap. By gum, it's young friends Charmander and Amogus. I'm afraid I have unpleasant news to share with you. Tiny has set himself up as the leader of the Oaklands in the depths of the pyramid. Oh, Tiny.
That's odd.
Yeah. I fear the power has gone to his head. Should you try to talk him to him, be very careful. I discovered a spell in the palace library that may aid you. It requires 1 limestone and 2 bone parts. There we are.
What's this? It didn't say what the spell was.
Over here.
Limestone 2 bone. Which one is it? Oh, it's barrier.
Yeah.
Is that better than defend?
I guess so, but like, what do I know about magic? What do I know about magic, Brad? Thanks for the help. Oh, thanks for the help. We'll be careful.
So he just told us to go to the pyramid?
Yeah, go murder Tiny.
Alright, so
alright, video game.
Like find an inn and save?
Yeah, I think that's the move. I think it's the move. We've been at it for a bit, right?
Oh yeah, it's been about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Session.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I want to like.
That water's loud.
I have to take. I've been making pasta sauce all day, so I gotta like check on that and probably put it in bottles.
Ooh, doing some canning. Yeah.
Actually, usually I put it in plastic bags and then like freeze them. So I just have like. Was there an inn in town? I can't remember.
I don't remember, but probably. You also can just, you know, hit the old save state.
Right, we do have the button. I think there was an inn though somewhere.
I do recall there being an inn. Hello, matey. Welcome to my inn. Please stay and rest. Stay a while and listen. Some good classical guitar plucking there.
So I got to do that. But also, so last night I was playing Punch Out, and I got to Mike Tyson, which I've done a bunch of times now, but I finally like knocked him down a few times.
Yeah, get him.
I felt like I was
king of the world.
Close to beating him, but not quite.
You couldn't quite do it.
Seems to have. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was just doing it. The menu.
Oh, right.
All right.
That's good. So we got to find like 2 things in Nobilia.
Yeah.
The diamonds from the dog statue, I guess.
Yeah, as our power source. Power our rocket ship.
Still like one of those cores just hanging out under the chessboard. Like we saw it there.
Yeah, maybe we'll find an excuse to go back there sometime soon.
I don't know. It was an area we'd never gotten to. Like we didn't walk by it.
Yeah,
just like off to the. It's kind of weird. It feels like a lost thread. There's this just like power core there.
One of the many mysteries of Secret of Evermore yet to be solved.
All right. So that's good.
Sweet.
We'll be back next week.
All right, next Thursday. Nobody I know is streaming, so I'm just gonna head off into the night.
Voxandra's playing, I think, the new Legend of Mana remake, so I'm gonna raid her.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, take care, everybody. See you, Brad.
All right, have a good night, Liam.
Bye, everybody. Right away.
Send us off to Voxandra.
All right, take care.
See you later, Liam.
See you, Brad.